take a trip outside to have fun with my friends, like I'm young and alive. It's like I'm young and alive.
Don't you know that you're toxic?
I won't be the very best, no one ever was. Hatchman is my real test, the training is my cause. I'll travel across the land, searching far and wide. Keep up your mind to understand and the power that inside. It's you and me, I know it's my destiny. Oh, you're my best friend, in a world we must defend. I'm so true, I'm learning from all that's true. You teach me and I'll teach you.
Tryna be cool like you, wobbling around in your high heel shoes. I'm clumsy, made friends with the floor. 2 for 1, you know I bitch by 4. And 2 left feet, you know I always drop. First thing a girl did was a bop on the whole damn cake and the cherry on top. Shook up the bottom, make a good girl. You ain't even here to party. Ken in the club tryna pipe a Barbie. I don't wanna go with the flow back then until I touch my toes. I don't wanna row the boat. Wrist full of rocks and I
For designer, they said go to hell, but I told them I don't wanna. If you know me well, then you know that I ain't going, cause I don't wanna die young. Walk through fire for you, just let me adore you. I don't wanna die young. Walk through fire for you, just let me adore you. Like it's the only thing I'll ever do. Like it's the only thing I'll ever do.
What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in. I got options, I can pass that bitch like Stockton. Just joshin', we spendin' this holiday locked in. My body got rid of them toxins. Sports in the top 10. I can put the ball in the end zone, put a bad bitch in the friend zone. This shit sound like an intro jet song, give me that tempo. So cool, he a fool with the shit. Told her don't let her friends know. In the building, I move like a dime. Eating fettuccine, a bench.
Listen, mania, think less but you grow. Like a ride, oh. Not easily offended, not let it go. From a mess to the masses. Listen, mania, think less but you grow. Like a ride, oh. Not easily offended, not let it go. From a mess to the masses.
I am very, very
Okay, I'm bored in the house and I'm in the house bored. Bored in the house and I'm in the house bored. Bored in the motherfucking house bored and I'm bored in the motherfucking house bored. Bored in the house, bored in the house bored. Bored in the house, bored in the house bored. I'm bored in the motherfucking house bored and I'm bored in the motherfucking house bored. Bored in the motherfucking house bored and I'm bored in the motherfucking house bored.
All the things that I used to say, all the words that got in the way, all the things that I used to know have gone out the window. All the things that she used to bring, all the songs that she used to sing, all the favorite TV shows have gone out the window. Missing you. Can we get much higher? So high. Can we get much higher? So high. Can we get much higher? I used to say, all the words that got in the way, all the things that I used to know have gone out the window.
When you call my name, it's like a little prayer. Down on my knees, I wanna take you there. In the midnight hour, I can feel your power, just like a prayer. You know I'll take you there. G-L-A-N-O-R-O-U-S, yeah. G-L-A-N-O-R-O-U-S, yeah.
Hey, we got a good thing, don't know if I'ma see you again. But is that a good thing? Cause girl, I can't be your man. No man, I know what's on your brain. You probably hope it never win. Like, is it the real thing? Or is it just a one night stand? Well then,
Glamorous, 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 glamorous. Flousy, flousy.
Said Coke 45 and 2 zigzags. Baby, that's all we need. We can go to the park after dark, smoke that tumbleweed. As the marijuana burn, we can take our turn singing them dirty rap songs. Stop and hit the ball like Cheech and Chong and sell tapes from here to Hong Kong.
I don't want a Valentine, I just want Valentino. I just want that nigga poker face like a casino. Dito, oh, I get it in like a free throw. Shorty wants some more, she think I seen her keep the leak. I don't want a Valentine, I just want Valentino. I just want that nigga poker face like a casino. Dito, no, I get it in like a free throw.
I know someday it'll all turn around because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't wanna fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play. One day, one day, one day, one day, one day.
I'm out and all the time. I'm out and all the time.
I ain't been getting high, baby, I don't wanna lie. I know when you text me, girl, I don't always reply. Girl, you're not an angel, either, you can't even
don't know what you've been told, but time is running out, no need to take it slow. I'm stepping to you toe to toe. I should be scared, honey, maybe so, but I ain't worried about it right now. Keeping dreams alive, 1999 heroes. I ain't worried about it right now. Swimming in the floods, dancing on the clouds below. I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it. I don't know what you've been told, but time is running out, so spend it like it's gold. I'm living like I'm not zeros. Got no regrets even when I'm broke. Yeah, I'm at my best when I got something I'm wanting to steal. Way too busy for them problems and problems to feel. Yeah, yeah, no stressing, just obsessing with sealing the deal. I take it in and let it go, but I ain't worried about it right now. Keeping dreams alive, 1999 heroes. I ain't worried about it right now. Swimming in the floods, dancing on the clouds below. I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it right now. Keeping dreams alive, 1999 heroes. I ain't worried about it right now. Swimming in the floods, dancing on the clouds below. I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it.
Wanted me, I wish I knew. I wish I knew you wanted me. I wish I knew. I wish I knew you wanted me. What you do, what you do. Made a move, could've made a move. If I knew I'd be with you. Is it too late to pursue? I bite my tongue, it's a bad habit. Kinda mad that I didn't take a stab at it. Thought you were too good for me, my dear. Never gave me time of day, my dear. It's okay, things happen for reasons that I think are sure. Yeah, I wish I knew. I wish I knew you wanted me. I wish I knew. I wish I knew you wanted me. I wish I knew. Yeah, I wish I knew you wanted me. I wish I knew. I wish I knew you wanted me.
I got my head out the sunroof. I'm blasting our favorite tunes. I only got one thing on my mind. You got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me feel brand new. You're more than a sunshine in my eyes. You got those pretty eyes in your head. You know it. You got me dancing in my bed, so let me show it. You are exactly what I want. Kinda cool and kinda not. Wanna give myself to you. Yeah, we're driving down the freeway at night. I only got one thing in the back of my mind. I'm feeling like this might be my time to shine with you, with you, with you. I got my head out the sunroof. I'm blasting our favorite tunes. I only got one thing on my mind. You got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me feel brand new. You're more than a sunshine in my eyes. I got my head out the sunroof. Oh, oh, oh.
driving down the freeway at night. I only got one thing in the back of my mind. I'm feeling like this might be my time to shine with you, with you, with you. I got my head out the sunroof, I'm blasting our favorite tunes. I only got one thing on my mind. You got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me feel brand new. You're more than a sunshine in my eyes. La da la da la la la. La da 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 dee da da la 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 la. Da la da la la la. La da la la la
I've been throw up the sex in her. And I can put you in. I can put you in. I've been throw up the sex in her.
Why would that ever change? Why would that? OBS is crazy, team. Oh. There we go. That makes it a little better. All right, now we're live. We're live now, team. I was sitting there talking the whole time, was not even checking the levels, not noticing that, kind of looking around. And that was why the mic, the mic. It was, here, I'll show you just so you guys know what I had to do. So you're not like, no, don't try to look at the screen. You're going to be like, oh my God, I can't see. This was for whatever reason turned on default. And so right now when I go to default and press OK, right? What? Now it's working on default? See, what's up with this? This is just whack. I had to come over and change it from default to my microphone, the HyperX Quad, the one I have. Okay, you know what? Now they're going to be like, yeah, right, you're lying. Anyway. So anyway, yeah, now let's go, repeat. Hey guys, how y'all doing today? AK47, little lunch hour commentary. We will get into day 2 options trading boot camp here in about, 25 minutes now, 22 minutes, as I just talked to nobody but myself for the last 5 minutes. But we will get into that around 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, I did. A lot of people asked for it. It was recorded. The link, it sounded terrible, so I, don't have. We record today is the point, so it will be recorded today. So right before I start today, I know a little bit more of the lingo thanks to you guys helping me out, watching some more videos. So I will get into options round 2 today. help you guys out, kind of showing you what you need to be doing if you do, at least if you have Thinkorswim, how to set that up. Yeah, everything's good though. BBG, Renard, let's see, everything good though, right? Y'all can hear me now. Love Chip, Cali Kid. I think we're all good now, right? Mic check, testing 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that is hilarious. I should have done that, J-Trade. Now just scrolling back up. I should have just been a mime all day long. All right, there we go. All right, cool. All right, so TGL, and then that's what I was getting into next. Before then, I realized I finally noticed you guys are like, you want to talk to us, AK? Then I fixed the mic. We're over this area, and let's see if we can hold. Now, again, are we going to get a gap up? I had no idea TGL was going to start ripping and roaring here, so what I will do, because I haven't had it up all day, because I haven't even worried about stocks that have been halting up. Honestly, I've been watching options videos, and here we are live. So now there's no point to pull it up, but I will keep it up just in case, just so we know where exactly the LULD is. So, pulling up real quickly, TGL, nice new IPO play. $11 on the dot is the LULD on the upside team. So if we're looking for the halt up, it's going to be at $11 on the upside, and we're running right into it right now. So watch for a halt up right here for TGL. We are ripping and roaring team right now. TGL, killing it team. So let's go over to my charts. Halted up at 9 after and 30 seconds. So TGL, top stock to watch, halted up at $11 on the dot. This is looking like another big gap up right here, taking all the momentum. Here we go, back to some lunch hour fun. All right, yeah, this is what usually we're typically used to over the past 2 weeks. We moved to just dead city limits. I would say this has been the slowest week in a long time. You know, we went from one of the hottest week periods we had in one of the longest, probably this year, obviously, to now one of the slowest this year. There we go. What's up, super buddy? Little technical difficulties to start off. Hopefully everyone's good to go. Did a little Jim Carrey rewind there. What was that movie? Was it probably Ace Ventura that he did the little rewind thing where he... What one? I think that one had to have been Ace Ventura, but I mean, he's had so many classics there in the 90s. TGL looking for an open. We'll keep this up right now. It's definitely looking like we're going to have a gap up, and pretty good size gap up. Now, I don't know how accurate. That's what sucks. I haven't had this up to see how accurate it was on the last couple of halts up, because I think this, if I'm not mistaken, is at least the third, if not fourth halt up. Let's get into a 1 minute time frame so I can really see this move. There's 1 halt, 2 halt, 3 halt. So we're in our 4th halt up right here, team. That's a lot of halts. So be careful chasing this on the way up. This, in my opinion, the only way this continues to go parabolic if this shoots over 15. I don't think it's going to do that. I'm thinking we're going to get a nice good red candle coming up soon, and everyone's going to start taking their profit, and this is going to fade off. Now, we could trade this later, and it could get to 15 later, you know, say by end of lunch commentary, or I have a session to do too as well this afternoon. So when I'm in that session, Dex Power, oh no, that's right, no afternoon commentary today. When I am done today, we're all done. Well, at least commentary is done today after I'm done. So when I'm done, I could see this being a runner. I will be around. I do have a session into Power Hour, so if you need any guidance, I'll try to help us out. But for the most part, under J-Trades, hopefully you'll stick around. Ace Ventura, I couldn't remember which one it was, J-Trades. That's the first thing I thought of was going to that. But TGL, by far, top stock to watch. And here's one of the main areas I'd say for it to hold. It really will be a spicy stock for later. This original holds up price. Now, I know this came out of it. Looks like a new IPO play. I missed this earlier. I forgot what the other play was. J-Dubs, H-Bird, if you're around, J-Dubs hit me up like, hey, you seeing this? And I'm like, man, I've really been in and out of chat. And if I've been in chat, I have just been watching option videos or trying to get used to trading options and what to expect. And so TGL popped up. Well, I think it halted up twice, if I'm not mistaken here. Yeah, once and then twice. And then now, of course, we came flying down, but didn't do anything, right? And then finally, Mob comes back over. I say if we open up with a nice size gap up again, which it's looking like we're going to here of around $12, watch for, maybe a pullback, sell off at some point, that's fine. But as long as we hold this original halt up price, especially, now if we come back down, and I'm fine with this, as close to 875 area where it halted up right here, kind of where we opened up from the gap up, from the first halt up, that's still fine with me. But especially if we hold this right here, and which comes into play, what's really close to this, so somewhere in this, we'll call it 920-ish up to about 955 or 965, 970 channel, somewhere in there, watch for this to for sure have a round 2 later. I guess it'd really be round 3 because this is round 2 right now. Absy. Oh, and I got that workout in yesterday, team. I'm feeling it, by the way. Remember I said that? Speaking of my absies, I'm like, man, I got a sweat. Took the dogs on the walk. Then we rode the bikes. Then we did the Peloton. Then we worked out. Man, I slept like a baby last night. I'll tell you that. That is one good thing about the first time you work out in a long time, team. You sleep like a baby. Yes, definitely still an uptrend. You know, I know that VWAP's been catching up with it this whole ride. I would say back, and it really a lot of the time lines up with charting. The more I'm watching this and doing this with you guys daily, that VWAP always ends up lining up, which is just nuts, like a double whammy area of what was once resistance and should be now support from previous charting that it made. And so we have this nice run into resistance, and that's 3 candles. So that's 9 minutes of resistance right there, pretty strong at 565-ish, 570. Well, we're getting that VWAP at that same area. I think that's when it will start getting a little more bearish, especially if we get down to that 525 mark. I don't know at that point in time, especially, and certainly if we crack 525, a chance to recover back up today. But ABC, yes, definitely on an uptrend for sure overall. Oh, I'm sure Vegeta on most brokerages, if you haven't already located on TGL into, I would say somewhere into here, they started probably getting astronomically expensive. 9 halts total on TGL. Wow, nice overall for the day. Yeah. So if we're already on our 4th up, so this was 1, right, and then it was 2 and 3 and 4. That's some movement. You know, that's already 4 halts up in what, a matter of 20-25 minutes. Most of the movements have been halt. Or most of the time that's been spent has been halting, been doing nothing and been halted up. So very careful with this play, TGL. Thank you for that, boss. How you guys been doing today? Me, myself, and I, nothing. Have been relaxing, actually, and that's what I figured after yesterday. You know, actually coming in yesterday and going live with you guys, which, again, I completely think, gosh, Deck, I just had gotten back in because, you know, usually the morning's a better time to walk the pack here because it just gets so hot in the afternoons. Absy, here you go, squeezing. That's what we thought. There we go, and you were all over it. Love Chip, still squeezing, still bullish. Of course, watch for that upper shadow because this is a pretty wicky play. It likes to spike a lot of the time, then give back gains. Yeah, I traded AERC yesterday. Had to go live with you guys coming back after. I was like, oh, yeah, I got to go live. So that was kind of fun and getting a couple of trades in on that. And then after that, I was done. And then today, I'm just really was trying to relax this week for once, like with my wife. We're supposed to be over in Florida this week, but it's all good. So still trying to kind of take the vacay. TGO, we got it here too. We're live team. TGO, by the way, halted up at 9 after and 30 seconds, and we are not live, so we are looking like a 10-minute halt. Let's go with options. Whammy. Yeah, Love Ship. There you go. Just chilling for me today. Yeah, to risk. There you go. Dark Trader. See how long these end up spiking for, team. I want to get into, of course, the options day 2 of this training for myself here in about 15-20 minutes, just to kind of go through stuff for you guys and record it. So any of you guys that wanted to go back over it, you want more of a, you know, it's pretty much what we did yesterday, but not me asking questions. I'll get essentially to all that mumbling and jumbling that we went 20-25 minutes and 30 minutes for yesterday. I will myself go through today and then kind of go through some extra different things for you guys if there's anything I've learned and what you can be doing as well. Just right off the bat and what to be looking for, and then what I'm gonna look for if any other questions. If you guys want to kind of help fill in that do trade options or have been trading options, you know me, I will take any and all ears of what to be kind of looking for. And that's kind of my next step, is now that I know how to place orders and what to be doing, how to set up everything, link everything, look at stuff properly, and that's what I'll show you guys, and how to kind of like step 1, boom, how to get everything set up and what to be looking at and for, and how to go, okay, now that I'm here, what strikes and what orders do I want to be placing? Essentially, what contracts do I want to take? What is viable and what is a profitable contract, and what in the hell, why would I take this contract? Let's see here. Thank you, Mr. It's all good, Paul. Yeah. Commerciante, what's up, boss? Yeah, but yeah, I will definitely have this recorded today. So it'll be recorded. whenever we get into it. Waiting for TGL, of course, to go live. Halted up at 9 after and 30 seconds, so it'll come live at 19 after and 30 seconds. So here in a little over a minute. Also watching AB Absi right here. Let's go to top. Oh, look at Absi getting all the way up to $7. So this is a pretty big move from Absi. I would say $7 is pretty prime. There's a lot of lower shadows that hit right into 7. So if you are long, take some profit here anywhere at a 7 to maybe 705-ish area. So everybody thought you were going to get into options later. Yes, well, yeah, Super Buddy, I was going to, but I know Deck wants me to fill this lunch hour time with, I know, which I'm still doing my kind of, which I'll get into still some of the days I want to fill that out and still get normal. But the last 2 days, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to use these slower days to at least get my brain used to it. So anytime during lunch that I can help you guys out and then help myself out, I thought it just was a double, win-win situation, honestly. So that way, look at this. Look at Apsy. I told you, right around $7 with some pretty prime resistance. Also was a great short opportunity, too. Whoa, did that really just sell back off to 6? Holy bananas, did that just sell back off to 6 that fast? Wow. Jeez, I'm fleas and floppins. That's why I said to take some profit at 7. Did not think it'd pull back that far. I thought it was a misprint because Thinkorswim usually does not misprint. Absy, watching to go live for in about 10 seconds. So yeah, Super Buddy, just want to use this slow lunchtime for, most days, if anything, I'm getting into one lesson. I'm not usually definitely not trading. Most days there's really, unless there's these random pumps out of nowhere. TGL live. All right. And we were pretty close to that gap up. What they called there was around that $12 area, and they were all over it. So Trade Zero's got a beautiful. Oh, we're going to another halt up, team. We're looking to hit another halt up right here. Oh, fake out. There's that fake out. And what happens? You usually get a huge sell-off when you don't halt up from these massive movers, team. You look like you're halt up, looking like you're halt up, hitting the LULD. And then when you don't halt up, boom, sell-off. Here comes a halt down. Here comes now possibly, I would imagine, a halt down. Hitting 11.16 right now, team, pretty hard. And all I'm seeing is red coming through the time in sell, so it's probably going to halt down. Any minute now, any second. They're still keeping it live, which is nuts. Because all it is selling finally halted down. I'm like, jeez. 20 after and 13 seconds is the halt down time. You're good, Super Buddy. Yeah. Because everyone else was doing it. And I was like, man, Deck's doing it. Everyone else was getting into options. Like, there's no point to wait till later this year and waste this lunchtime, which I know some days I will get into lessons. Some days, most days. Very, very few days will I see something that I'm like, dude, let's try to get a trade in, that I'm like, yes, this is the trade I want. I love this. This is beautiful. I love this setup. This is what I want to attack. So I was like, you know what? Might as well use this time to learn together and help you guys and not just hide it to the side, kind of like Deck do it with you all. And while I'm learning, you can learn with me because I'm definitely a newbie for 100%. TGL dip by Ascension. I would have said, and if that really did hit, I didn't see the time and sales on it. I'd have to scroll back. But if this actually hit off of this area, that was your dip buy. It happened so darn fast that was it, though. I mean, you would have want more of a steady, nice, slow, boom, boom. Well, not slow and steady, but something a little less dramatic. But that was it. Off of this old shelf, that's me. I would have put orders anywhere from, say, somewhere around 605, possibly up to around the 650, about that 10-cent range, 605 to 615, and beautiful, and that's what you want. Boom, straight back up. You're at 6.5. You're already halfway out. Within like an instant, you're just filled and out. So that would have been it. Now, possibly because that was just a ridiculously cute, super, super, super quick dip. If we can get a green candle form here on a 3-minute time frame, form a little, like do a normal pullback, not a crazy drastic dramatic one, and actually channel here for a minute and then get that kind of shelf crack down to this area, then it's fine for a round 2 bounce. Or if you want to be super safe trader, come down to the very bottom down here at the bottom of that shelf and you're like, you know what? I just want to make sure I do get filled, but also if I don't, that's fine. I want a super safe area, then it's going to be right here. The 580, 585 mark, 590 possibly. Yeah, Super Buddy doing an extra one. So yeah, Super Buddy, that's going to be part of course, I haven't really finished my stock trading boot camp. The share, I should call it like stock shares trading boot camp, since it is shares and not just complete stock trading. But that's why this really in the end kind of becomes, because this is stock trading doing options. So that's why this is including in it. I haven't finished that really because we're still in the stock trading boot camp. And now, boom, I'm throwing options in here like an uppercut out of nowhere. And you're like, whoa, blowing me up with an uppercut full of options. Okay. So I'm pulling, giving you a big full of Wheaties, a big full bowl of Wheaties as well of options. But Thanos crossover part 2, definitely 100% getting into that as well. I'm actually using that, going long and short, trying when I'm doing options. Like earlier when I was watching Tesla, there was a beautiful long to be had on that Thanos crossover. as it bounced back up. Now I say beautiful. It was decent. It was a small bounce, but it definitely proved to be a viable 1, 2, 3, 4, about a $4 $4 push. I mean, pretty nice. Almost at least 4. Definitely has been a great short for the day, which we can see that in the end. But yes, and I'm waiting really in which I could be a great short for us, and I'll try a put today. But I would look for like the Tesla, like a 260 put. I would see, because I can see this shelf crack at 860. I can see the shelf crack real quickly. I'll show you guys. I've been watching this and hounding this for a while. It just never cracked today. I'll pull back a little bit because of course we're in a 1 minute time frame. But this little bottom area, I let around 465-ish, or 860. I'm all over the net with the first number, looking at all these different tickers. 865 is the shelf that I'm looking at, and under 865, I see a pullback at least down to 860. This usually moves in a nice, good $5 increment, chunks, whether it goes up or down, pretty close to it. We are getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter in this wedge, so maybe we do pop. That's fine. So watch that downtrend break for a pop and going long and a nice, good option call. I would look for a put here if this gets back below 865 down to 860, if not even further than 860. Let's go back to TGL. Super Buddy, yes. Well, I'm trying. That's why I don't ever want to stop. I feel sometimes I do take a lull, and I don't want you guys to be like, okay, AK's taking this. He sucks. He's not even doing it. I want you guys to always know that I'm pushing. Of course, shelf cracks, trend line cracks, I think those are always going to be if you use those properly, 70 or close to a 70+% win rate, or close to 70% win rate. A little less than a minute left on TGL. 25 after and 13 seconds would be a 5-minute non-halt time. I do have the level 2 down here where we should open up at and where we halted, what time we halted up at. That is correct. We halted up at 2013. So yeah, and then of course then add the Thanos crossover lately, and that way you can add that to your shorting process. And of course if you do go long, which some traders do, and then especially now with doing options, adding that Thanos crossover is going to come in that much more viable and helpful. Just using that extra little bit of information with those indicators. So I'd definitely do my best. I want to do my best. I see all these guys. I know I'm doing pretty good and all, but I want to do even better. I see guys around me, how well they're doing, and I want to do that much better, 1 trillion%. I want to make, I want to have my first $100,000 day. I've had I've had a couple or a few, what would be 5-figure days, I guess, that over $10,000. Had one over 20. Maybe one. Let's go to 50 next. Wolfheim, right there, boss. So Wolfheim, there's my Instagrams. Well, I don't know if I don't know if I'm going to get my Josh Smith official back. They swiped that away, Instagram did, because I'm supposedly was being someone else. It was the fake accounts reporting me as I was the fake one, even though I'd been around since 2012 or 11. Their post hadn't been, so I'm still wondering how Instagram can do that. Anywho, but go to that bottom link. You can tell me and Deck are both kind of frustrated with that. How long we both had our accounts and all that stuff that now we'll never get back. But go to that YouTube page and it'll look like this. You can see my Prime Trading little logo that I created. And then go to the videos tab. I'll have all my live streams from recently. The Siga trade that I went live, all my lessons, Thanos crossover interviews with top traders across the board. So go over to my YouTube. That's where that is my video library. Yep, and then there you go. J Trades all over it, and you got it. Wolfheim, another 10-minute halt on TGL. You can sleep. You're just listening to me talk. Just looking down. Queenie's like down my lab, just below me, just like sitting up in her bed, just like up against my desk. I'm like, why don't you lay down? She's like, I'm just listening to you talk stocks. It just makes me so sleepy. It's like a bedtime story. Right here, we're still looking at it. It was around 10.5 for a pretty big gap down. It's now looking closer to 11, and this is pretty darn accurate. Why, man, I say a word and it just gets in my vocab. I said darn once, and now darn's in. I need to get it out. This darn boy from the south. But it's looking like it's going to be closer to $11 for TGL. So looking for not that big of a gap down. And again, comes back to in the end, if we hold this first original halt up price, heck, even the and I got to throw a heck in there. Even this one right here at this 965 mark that we just halted up from originally, right? I don't know that we're going to hold this one. That would be a great bounce opportunity. I know you love my halt, I'll say somebody that know it, my halt strategy. This is where you'd first want to aim for. It's just a little too close for my comfort, and I would come from a bounce play if you're looking for a bounce play team. 965 possibly down to about 920. Like we just went over earlier areas to hold up for this play. You're going to see for sure after another pullback, probably a quick little sell-off out of this. I would imagine a decent-sized bounce. That's where you're going to look for it. Zach Hopper, what's up, boss? About to get into, well, we're waiting to see how these end up. We have Absi finally slowing down a little bit here. Again, if you're looking for a bounce play, top side, you know, you want to take a top part of this bounce. It's going to be on the 610 area, bottom part. I like the 580-ish, 585 mark. And TGL watching this to come live, getting into options here in the next probably, hopefully 10 minutes at max. Record that. And then any of those that missed yesterday's lesson session, whatever, my fumbling, mumbling, and stumbling of learning options thanks to you guys. Literally, I felt like... And that's what sucks is you guys can't... I wish there was like a... I could press the button for you guys, but there was a thing that I could do on the 3 dots, you know, out to the right of your names where, you know, I know J Trades there's more for us, but on the 3 dots J Trades instead of like, you know, assign moderator, blah, 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 blah. We could... accept video, or not video, but accept audio call, or accept audio message. Although you never, you know, don't want, they may put something in and you're like, okay, you're getting banned. You're banned forever. You put something in chat that we're going to hear. But I just know it takes so long to type. So it'd be awesome if y'all, because y'all just can't talk to me. That's what sucks. I'm the one talking to you guys and you're having to listen to me and then having to type back. I know it's not the easiest thing, but I do appreciate all of your help in doing the training. Like I said, you guys are helping me along the way. You all will have, like I said, I will each and every one of you, a beer, a water, maybe, at the next seminar. You want a beer, you want a cola, a soda, however you want to word it, a soda pop. You want a lemonade, a sweet tea, you know, maybe an unsweet tea, whatever you want. Beverage on me, for sure. You're helping me through this journey. Also, keep on watch before we get live on TGL. Just want to put this one on watch as well, team. Siga, I told you earlier. I said this looks a lot like yesterday's move, where we fell off a little bit at first and moved up the rest of the day. You can tell, fell off yesterday. We just fell off a lot more, and that U-shape took a long time to you know, take place and make way to come back through. This U-shape happened really quick, so we're already up and rolling. So SIGA, I should say, keep that on watch for a move now to 25. 100%. SIGA, watch for a move to 25 today. Yeah, Cassie on the U-shape too. Thank you for putting that out there on the U-shape too. That's what made me think of it, Love Chip. So thank you for putting that out there, Love Chip. Watching this to go live here, and we are all over it there. Right on the dot was the open price there, pretty much for Trade Zero. Love that. They were calling it right on the dot, and that's why I said don't go for this one. Go for these lower areas. Oh, we're hitting 981, so it's looking like we're going to have one more halt down, team, and I think we all know this strategy. One more halt down, and we're going to be looking for the bounce play. Very rarely you're going to get 3 halts down. You know, third halt down. It could happen, but that's when you're going to look for that bounce play, team, 100%. Whew. What did this earlier, team? I wish JWH Bird was over here. Something did this earlier during lunch hours for you guys. Wasn't B-Cab, or was it B-Cab? Maybe, I don't know if it was B-Cab. There was something that spiked early in the day that I missed for you guys. I know Varu is another one that I know J-Trades caught. That was a pretty nice spike and then dumped. But this is happening a lot, team. So just be careful. Again, you're going to, just like B-Cab, you're going to get one bounce on the way down here. If you're looking for a bounce, know that I would say overall this is going to be a good short, probably back down again to this probably 920 area. Possibly even down to that 8, like I talked about earlier, this 850 to 875 area where you're going to see a bounce play and this comes back up. This is the first order area. The top area is always the most risky, around 960. The middle area is a little bit less risky, around 920. The last bit of area is going to be down here on this 950-ish area. Yeah, Cassie, watch for a fail and high of day. I would, just watching how fast this moves up, watch for Cassie for a high of day fail. I would honestly say watch Cassie for a high of day fail. I feel like I'm talking about a lady now. Our friend Cassie. Any Cassies in chat? No, maybe not. Hopefully not. I just, don't want to offend anybody saying Cassie. Watch for a fail here at the U-shape here. Completion of the U-shape. So we're getting some lunch hour love. That's what's funny. Of trying to get into my lesson, which normally this happens. Yesterday, I just went on without it. I don't know. Forgot what it was. Maybe Siga. I forgot what was starting to pop yesterday right as I was getting into my lesson. But something was popping yesterday. So the same thing today. I'm wanting to get into getting over options with you guys. Here's your first bounce opportunity for Absi, as we talked about earlier. It's the 610 mark. Hitting that in the VWAP perfectly. Bottom area around 585.85. Cassie, watch for a fail under this the 465 mark, 470 mark for a fail back possibly to 435, 440 or so. ABSI ABSI 605, 610 bounce back up to 625, 630. If you want the 585, 85 bounce, you're good back up to, the VWAP. Possibly, maybe you get to 620. See, TGL was halted down at 30 after and 17 or 30 after and 37 seconds. So 30 after and 37 seconds was a halt down price, looking like a pretty big gap down. If this gap's down this big, maybe there'll be a small bounce, but that's where I know I can probably get into. Here you go, boom. Here's your short opportunity. Didn't quite get to 4.7, but you got your 465 fills for sure. Right back down to your mark, right back down to that 430, 435 shelf. Perfect short opportunity right there. DMS, whoops. DMS Vegeta. Oh, maybe watch for one more pop. Vegeta up to like 230, 235, possibly to 2.5 on DMS. Out of this flag, because this is flagging, not really double topping in my opinion. This was a double top. This is what I was saying in how fast it moves up. Oh, wow, that was a perfect short. I hope you guys got a part of that if you had shorts. That was even more than I thought it would pull back. That ended up being about a 60-cent short, 50-cent short. This is more of a double top, where this, to me, in my opinion, DMS is more flagging. And so maybe back under the VWAP in 2 for the pullback to 1.9. 1.9 cracks, you're good to 1.8, and then possibly just dumps back off. It's this 220 area in this flag, and watch for a squeeze above it to that 235, 250 mark. That's where I would look to get shorts on the high end for that ultimate failback. ABSI is failing back even more now, team. Looking like we got a little first lunch hour, right when lunch hour started. Now we're starting to get some dump olas. TGL's right here at the bottom. So TGL's right down here at the bottom, boss. So looking around the 856 mark, it looks like. And yeah, right there would be the bounce. If it opens up at 8.6, like it's showing right off of this area, it probably sees one small little pullback, like a lower shadow to this area right here. And it's going to bounce back up to probably 9.15ish. It may possibly get to 9. That the halt up price right here. I would imagine it's a quick. Just say imagine it open. Well, now it's showing 880. So it opens. You'll call it 880. So it opens at 880, 875. At best you're going to see a super duper real quick lower shadow, and immediately it's going to fly right back up in about 9ish area, 875 to 9, possibly to, like I said, this 920 area, looking to fail somewhere in there. And like I said, look where it halted down at and where we halted up at earlier. There's no way, in my opinion, out of this bounce we get back through that. Not right now. Not what I'm seeing with all these other tickers. Failing like they are, up and then down right away. I mean, Cassie, that was a gorgeous short. Not a lot of tickers holding their gains. Of course, like I said, SIG is a magnet now to 25. That's your only consistent mover of the day, in my opinion. This is definitely going to hit 25, and it's really looking like it's going to hit 25 now. So TGL, if you do want to take this bounce, be safe. Put your orders in around 830, possibly up to 855ish, somewhere in there. Maybe you're like, I just want to get filled. 875, but again, do what I do when I average in, and I go 875, 100 shares. 850, 865, 300 or 400 shares. Now we're up to 500. Do 850, 855, 1,000 share or whatever, 500 share. Another 500. So now you're at 1,000, and then maybe do 500 down here at the 830. So that it's your 500 fill. You know what I'm saying? It's your 500, 100 in. 400 in, 500 in, 500. You're kind of scaling in all the way through, keeping it average, maybe get even bigger as you get down. Nice, boss. And SPX. Yeah, that's probably a good one. We can even look at SPX today when we look at the options here in just a few minutes. I'll pull up that once we actually look to actually play some trades. Because that was my first thing wanting to get under the belt, was just trying to just figure out what in the hell to do. Because that was so funny. We used to try to, maybe that's the thing. Again, we're in another 10-minute halt, just so everyone knows, for TGL. Open time should be 40 after and 37 seconds. 40 after and 37 seconds. But I would go, and I was, say back in 2018 and 19, now I'm really starting to figure out stocks, and I can trade, day in, day out, and I'm alert now in chat. I would still try to watch option videos and literally be like, WTF? Like, what in the world is going on? Like, I am lost right now. Like, what is this? All right. Nope. Not doing this now. I'm going to wait. Got a little further along. Then shorting became such a big thing in 2020. And, of course, Deck was doing it. Then the deal over at Lightspeed. It's like, I'm just itching for this. And then the whole light bulb moment going off in my recap I was doing one day that I used to do over on Instagram and YouTube, but the recaps that I do over my daily call outs and chat, like, hey, here was a call out I called out. Here's the bounce play I took. Here's why I took it. You know, my little recaps I used to do all the time. One day I paused in the middle of that and going, oh, whoa, you've been alerting shorts for the longest time. Yeah, the more it tests this trend line, it's going to do what? It's going to crack, and it usually leads to a pretty damn good short, you idiot. So I was like, yeah, you have shorts written just all over your trades. You just go back. Yeah, you know what I mean. So then got into shorts. Now I've kind of, I would say mastered that either, but gotten really good at it. Like I got really good at going long, or at least my longs that I want to get good at. And so I've, a couple of different long strategies, kind of breakouts, the ones that suit, the nice breakout plays or halt strategies when they're super hot plays, bounce plays, anonymous, of course, shorting, trendline cracks, shelf cracks, just stuff that I trust is the main thing. And now the Thanos crossover, adding that with those, now add some options now that I can feel comfortable doing shares in multiple ways. And it's like, hey, now it's time to get to options. Like I was saying to Super Buddy earlier, there's no better time during lunch hours. It's slower, so stocks aren't going to move that fast. And oh, Cassie team, if anyone caught this short, I called it out. That was money. Cassie there, team, right? That was money right there. Cassie, 465 watch for a short. I thought it would only get back to 430 there, and then boom, we went all the way through that, a whole nother 40 cents for a halt down. Gorgeous right there from Cassie. Yeah, J trades. Yeah, right. If I could do that to every one of y'all. You know what? How about I could just do it to myself if I could, and then I make the money for all of us, and then I just give every one of you guys just a lot of money. I'll go I invest everything I have. I go sell all my vehicles just that day. I'm going to go sell them all like a week. I'm going to go a week before sell all my vehicles. And everybody's like, what the did you just do? You sold Thanos? I'm like, no, I'm going to get Thanos back. I'm going to get it back. I promise you. I just had to sell it to my parents for like right now. I sold that one to my parents. The other two I just sold. But I sold Thanos to my mom, to mom and dad. That way I know I can get it back. I just need that extra cash real quick. I sell everything. I sell all the dogs to my mom and dad for like 5 days. I'm like, Mom and Dad, this comes with interest. You keep all my dogs for like 3. Man, keep them for a week, please. I'll give you 10% interest, maybe just 2% interest. End up with $37 billion somehow, and yeah, then you know what? Because I would do options on it if they were possible as well. I'm short in on 230 DMS. I could average up. What do you think this stock? Let's see, DMS. Let's go to the bottom side. We are watching for an open here too, as well too, in about 17 seconds for AKD, or almost said HKD, TGL. Oh, DMS, here you go. Did it halt up? Did DMS halt up? Oh, wow, DMS halted up. Here we go with these stock freaking, okay. Vegeta at 230. I could average up. What do you think? I would honestly think this is going to fail. Look at all these. They've all fallen back. We are alive here, TGL. Where do we open up at here? TGL opened up at right on the dot. So right on where it's kind of showing it was going to open up at, 885-ish area. And it's just going, here we go. See, look, it's looking like it's going down into another halt. That's why I'm not trading these or even trying to go long, These are just getting demolished right now. So I would imagine DMS, in my opinion. Oh my gosh. Okay, so DMS is open. DMS is open here. I would imagine this maybe fails at around 3 here, going back to the yearly. So going back to the yearly, this looks like it should fail somewhere in this area. I thought I was seeing the spike because that volume was up to $4. Like, what? It's at $4 now? Somewhere around this 275. It's already failing there. 275 up to about 3. This little sandwichy area. I was like, all these are just falling or bad. And this, I'm surprised it did not halt down. And if you did somehow maintain that long enough, you win the Brass Balls Award, first off. And then secondly, wow, there you go. See where it's halting up at? It actually got back up into close to that 920 mark. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. I kind of slacked up there at the end. So I think you're fine if you want to average up a little bit right there. You could have, like I said, I don't know if you did in time. I just see these falling off terribly, dude. Honestly, Vegeta. Oh my gosh, so we're going up even further, TGL. They moved the halt up price. So we're moving up to 249 here, team. So we may be halting up at 249 now. Wow, what a big move back up. Traders are not giving up on these, I will say that. But yes, I would imagine, Vegeta, if this gets over, say, this 290 mark, you need to cut it for sure. I just see a lot of these failing, honestly. I just don't see how these are holding up. This is just a newer IPO play. DMS, does this honestly have any news? What's the point for DMS to be running today? Out of nowhere is my point, too. I don't see anything other than earnings. Woo! DMS, there you go, Vegeta. Man, that is nuts. These trades, they're just moving in. There's no reason for this to be up at all. Nothing for DMS to be up. There's no reason for DMS to be up right here. So DMS are just moving over to these newer. That's not even a newer IPO play, but TGL is. I'm honestly SHOCKED shocked that DMS is running this hard. DMS now team is up how much for the day? 165%. Let's go to DMS right quickly. DMS, the halt up prices, so you know, 343. So 343 is the LULD on the way up. It's shocked right now. It's shocked. Shocked Vegeta. Trade J Trade, you win the brass balls award. You definitely win the brass balls award if you stayed in that bad boy. That was a whoo. Woo. This is super sketchy right there. Definitely locks them up on the way up. It's probably going to be the basketball effect, I would imagine. So now if we've gotten up this high, you know, I would say if it's gotten to this area, it's looking like a gap up too. It's looking like a gap up. So if you're in this TGL with J Trades right there, looking like it's going to open at 10, I would take as much as you can. It might. Now, somehow it might run back to this $11 area. I've seen it before. Like Uncle Mark said earlier, which that was the only thing I said, Uncle Mark, too, which I forgot about that, Uncle Mark. You said, like, right before we started going live, and, you know, I thought I knew kind of, not that you knew, but feel like you knew everything about stock trading up until 2020, and then into GameStop. It's like, like I always say a lot of the time, rulebook out the window. I mean, like, what NVTA with a float of 200 mil running like NVTA is doing. The stocks like this, there's no point for this to move, but just traders move over to it. But what I've seen in the past, though, is this. I have seen stocks run all the way up to new high of day, for sure, from here. I would say most likely, though, now this is your main goal. Somewhere in this 11, right over $11 area, take your profit. Now, I would be taking some if I was in this and this still threw that halt up, although I would have already taken some because it looked like it was looking at any moment it was going to halt up and didn't, so those usually lead to fake outs, like fake out breakouts. They just completely collapse on you. Take some profit 100% when this goes live. Nice J Trades, yeah. I just wouldn't have stayed in that long. Like, how you stayed in that long? I'd have been out when it was looking like it was going to halt up at like 9:12. I'm like, and then it kept going. We've seen this so much recently. Living like Matt's talked about it. Those market makers love doing that for sure on certain. I don't know why they do it, but they did it on HKD over and over and over. With these newer IPO plays, what I would imagine TGL's got to be somewhat of a lower float play. Very much can be manipulated, team. So just be careful with trading stocks like TGL, HKD. Megal, I know you guys love trading this one, but another one you've got to be, unless you've been trading for a while, team, you've got to be careful trading stocks like this when they start going parabolic. It is very tough. Yeah, Dark Trader, right? DMS, just going bananas. What was the other one? Cassie was great. You know, see, I saw Cassie do this, so I thought Cassie was going to, you know, Cassie kind of led off to what we were going to see with a lot of these plays here, and DMS showing some, now, again, Vegeta, I still have a feeling DMS comes back down and at least gets close to your entry area, at least to your entry area, somewhere in there. I honestly have a pretty good feeling. Now, I know it's hard to keep that when it's like almost over $1 your entry area, but I have a feeling DMS comes back down. I feel like you're going to get some DMs for sure. Awesome. So Vegeta is holding. Vegeta says, I'm not out yet. I am going to kill this thing yet. When it cracks this little this trend line, which it pretty much has right now, you can see this trend line's pretty much cracked in my opinion. Vegeta, this uptrend channel, and I'll put it back to right here. When that cracks, and you start seeing, come on, I hate when it does that. Tyrone Bigham start running out from the woodworks. When that trend line cracks and this 285 shelf cracks right there, Vegeta, you're going to be going, you know, Super Saiyan. Just regular, right? And then it's when you get back below the VWAP and this 255-ish mark, then you're going to be going blue mode, right? You'll be going into that blue mode. Would you reshort ABSI at 650? ABSI. Don't forget about ABSI. Got to put this on my watch list as well. Forgot about ABSI. Jeez, that's this lunchtime runaround. You gotta love this. Would I reshort ABSI at 6.5? I would go closer to 7 for that double top. Now, if you want to start adding in D-Starly at 6.5, that's up to you. I would wait. I would at least do around 6. I would go to 6.7. I know, like, kind of, we see sometimes on that second time around it doesn't quite get there. I would go to 6.7 to 7. 6.7 to 7. TGL, right there, as I talked about with J-Trades. Oh, see, there we go. And then we're probably going to run into this halt down area. I don't know if we're going to halt down, but we're running into it right now. Hopefully you got out there, J-Trades, although you're still good in at 8. And we're still not halted down. A lot of selling tape coming through right now, team. This is going to halt down any moment, and there it goes. There you go, Vegeta. I have the same feeling with you, Vegeta. Vegeta, I have the same feeling with you. DMS it should see and it probably will be like what we see here. It'll start getting dramatic, and then we see a nice sell-off. Could halt down. I don't think we have seen a halt down on DMS. We have not. So I would watch for that DMS halt down. What am I doing? Do this. When these do settle down, team, I will get into today's option boot camp. So the trading, I'll record it. You guys can make fun of me. Sound like a complete newbie. I mean, yesterday was hilarious. I mean, team, it was great. All right, so looking like an 8:40-ish open around that for TGL. The halt down time was 47 after and 55 seconds. 47 after and 55 seconds. Most of these halts, if I'm not mistaken, the last one was 5 minutes. Okay, so the last one was 5 minutes. So I will report then if it is a 5-minute halt, it will come live at 52 after and 55 seconds. If it's a 10-minute halt, it will come live at 57 after and 55 seconds. So either 52 and 55 or 57 55. BKU, let's see. That's your play, isn't it, BKU? Was that you yesterday too, right, BKU, with that Bed Bath & Beyond? Looks like a Head & Shoulders on the 3-minute going back to yesterday. Let's go back for BBBY. And then I always want to type in BKU because it's BBBY, so they both start with B. From you, a little bit. I do see it a little bit. A little wonky, but I do see it. Whether you want that to be the whole shoulder. But I do see a little bit of that. I mean, the main thing is this shelf. You can tell underneath this area, that's your fail zone where it's going to fail back. This is your top fail zone in my opinion. So if it gets back up to 1075 in the VWAP area, that's fail zone number 2. TGL looking like a nasty gap down right now, team. This could end if it doesn't get, again, basketball effect. Could get one small hold up around 8. Open because it's looking to open up right around 18. Tries to bounce back up close to 9-ish area. Fails, comes back down again. Does this little basketball effect till it just dies off. DMS will be the number 1 stock to watch if this does continue to fail. I do have ABSI on watch, and here you go. Never mind. So ABSI not be number 1 and 2 to watch. Those ABSI's coming back up. Watch for this area for a nice good fail zone. I know D-Star, you're looking for it. Was one of these areas right here. Now again, you have to pay attention to these in these fail zone areas if they get weak or not. You saw right off the bat, Cassie was weak. Ran into it, upper shadow, red candle, halt down. ABSI, if you want this to show you weakness and a sign that it's going to be a great short, you want to see an upper shadow and a red candle form beside it and a pullback. You don't want this to pull back. Form an upper shadow, but stay up here, then form a green candle and bounce. Or push up, I should say, even more so. Nice here, Sky Chimp. Nice little push up, completing this M shape too. Depends on how you want to trade it, team. Whether you're taking, an M shape, Head and Shoulders, whatever it is, you can find bounce plays on Head and Shoulders. Imagine the bounce play from the head to the second shoulder being created. Short at the top, there's so many areas to get longs and shorts in, right? So if you can see this downtrend break, creation of most likely the second leg up for this double top and the M that you're going to create. Well, you're going to get a long out of it, right? And so you can trade right here. Downtrend break, push up, trend line crack. Fail. Second part of you'll get this but red over here for that short that I know D Sarley is just waiting for. TGL watching for this to go live in the next minute, team. So TGL watching for this to go live. I cannot believe, man, it just shows you when it's actually hot out. It's already been an hour. I wanted to get into the lesson about 30 minutes ago. It's all good. We'll still get into it. Melissa, look at you. They're trying to, Melissa. It's lunch hour. It's always lunch hour BS. I will call it that, but lunch hour crazy spiking that we've had. So we've gone from TGL to Cassie, which great short alert right there. Well, right before that even we had ABSI. So we had ABSI and Cassie. DMS, so 4 stocks, didn't do diddly squat all day. Well, I'll give ABSI a little bit of love. I will give ABSI a little bit of love. It ran earlier. But most of these really did not. Oh, Cassie, that's right. The Cassie was the other one. So the two SIs. The two SIs. So close to being spelled the same. I mean, you got Cassie. All you're changing that out with is a B for this one and doing Absy. Those I'd give the 2 top runners. You know, then you've got the TGL kind of just BS. I know it popped up a little bit earlier, but look how far down that came. Went all the way from 14, 4-8 bottoms, all the way back up to almost 414. I just wish we could just run on PRs again. Just coming from a person that's just traded forever. But yeah, the mornings have been brutal. I'm just ready for the day that we trade true, genuine PRs again. Like, oh, look, this came out. Oh, we're trading it all day long. This is great. Not like, oh, it's a new IPO and we're just, let's run over to it low for low. Let's go. Madness. Yeah, Sky Chimp, I do too. It's okay. We will wait for it again. TGL, yep, waiting for this to come live. Of course, now it's going to be 57 after 55 seconds. So, 10-minute halt on TGL. Want to come down here and take a look at when this is going to open up. Not only that, and where it's going to probably open up, we're fluctuating in the 820s and 18s. So 18s, 820s, somewhere in there, looking like the unhalt price. Watch for a quick little dip off that VWAP close to 8. If it doesn't hold that, we could go down to another halt down. Kramer. Oh, I love Kramer. Like it, J Trades. Yeah, I always like a lot of those times. I'll just set my so traders know a lot of the time if you do just want to get out and you're in a halt up team, just place a market order. So as soon as the stock opens up, it immediately is going to get filled where it opens up at. Especially like right there, you're kind of expecting a small little gap up, but you don't know if it's going to continue to spike like we were talking about. Boom, you're filled right away. FPay, could we get another stock here? I know we're getting, it's like, it just hit over the, I've noticed that when they get over the 50 count at lunch, got to watch out. So this just hit over the 50 count at lunch, team. So we got to keep an eye on. I'm sorry here, team. I got stupid comments coming in. All right, here we go. So FPay, boom. I was like, wondering, I don't know what my wife is talking about right now. I was like, what? Got to make sure. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's fine. M shape for me. Yeah, Absy, that's what I said. Was what I've been talking about. Good eye there, J Trades. I mean, good eye there, Sky Chimp. Y'all just remind me so much of each other, the way y'all trade. Beautiful, though, right here is what I was talking about. D. Starley, don't know if you got in there. I know you wanted 6.5, but that's what I was hoping, which we barely clipped 6.7. I don't know if we even got. Oh, we did. 6.73. Text my wife back so she knows I'm not like ignoring her. And I would say that too. Overall, I love these two. I always say again, I almost called you J Trade. Y'all are just so similar. Right here, see that trend line you were just what Sky Champ just showed, team. When that cracks, that's kind of when you again because we overextended off of it, right? So when that cracks, you know it's going to die off tremendously. You're below the VWAP. Usually when you overextend, you usually don't get a good bounce off of it. This really hadn't formed a trend line from before, so it's not like, well, it's overextended here. I'm like, well, it really hadn't formed there. This was really the formation, in my opinion, of the trend line when we really just started riding on it a little bit there. So when it comes back down to this right here, below the VWAP, cracks this shelf at, say, 585, that, oh, there was that bottom bounce. I did go over that and alerted this. Remember to you guys, this 590 mark, 585, 590 mark. I forgot about that. Alerted that to you guys. Now, the bottom one didn't end up being that great. You know, we got a small little bounce out of it. This was the better area. The bottom area was support from before. Got a good bounce. Now that M shape. So that was good. We got the bounce. You got the downtrend break. Got the short opportunity right here at the M creation. A lot of trades to be had just right there on Apps. If you want to take some small, quick trades right there, whether it's the bounce play up, you know, of course, you've already taken your trade. The downtrend break either way there for longs. Now your short opportunity on the way down. Trying to short DMS. Yeah, we got Vegeta already in this, and as I talked about, the trend line already cracked over here. So if you scroll back out a little bit, even on the 3-minute time frame, watch for this to crack this bottom shelf right here around $3 to $2.90ish, and it's cracking 3. So watch for this 290 VWAP shelf, or it's kind of the bottom of the shelf because the lower shadows. So that's why I'm calling it the bottom part of that shelf. You can tell this is the real part of the shelf at 3. This is the low end at 2.9 with that upper shadow, the VWAPs there. Under 2.9, this should see a nice good crack back into this 260ish area. That would be your UQL, and this is what you're looking for. So the $3 shelf crack, 290 VWAP shelf crack, down for more. Oh, here we go. And we are live TGL. I took my eye off of that for a minute. And of course, there it finally comes live. Opened up a little higher. I didn't check the level 2, though, so that does suck. I didn't get to see the level 2 there. But it did open up at 850, so that was a little higher up. So you can expect this to try to hold a little better. That it helped that we actually opened at 8.5 versus, say, the $8 area. You open up close to 8 in the VWAP, team, it usually dumps off even more. Sorry, Vegeta. That's why, Vegeta, you get those from time to time. Yeah, see, that holds up a little bit better there. And this just becomes such a sketchy up and down play now, team. Be careful with TGL. Vegeta, that's why I always, I'm always with those bottoms. Always with those bottoms. So it was something important in the end. Well, guys, she's not here. I'm not going anywhere. TGL team, told you, there you go. So be careful, team. This reminds me, I know if you've been around long enough, this starts happening. Halt up, halt down, halt up, halt down, halt up, halt down. So just be careful with this play. Any of these stocks that are spiking during lunch hours, in the next hopefully 10-15 minutes here, we can get into the options, and I want to record again, go over everything that we went over yesterday, a little bit more less out of order and more in depth and in order, and get that recorded so that way I can put that out there and you guys can watch it later at any time you want to, and actually edit it down, have the link out for you later today for sure. ID halted up here. Random spike out of nowhere, team. So yeah, watch for these random spikes out of nowhere. We're getting these during lunch hours. I mean, look how many halts we've had since I've gone live. Look how many halts since I pulled this up. Which we'll just start it since which we know TGL. But then we had AFK. Do some, okay, that's nothing. Cool. But I know TGL. DMS. We had Cassie. I'm not worried about Marps because I know that was just randomness. But TGL continuing. Come on here. ID. I thought there was one more that halted up there was over here that was moving. Was it Benso? No. Oh, maybe it was. BNCO is halted up though too. We have been looking at BNSO the last few days. If you know BNSO team, Monday or Friday? Friday it was. Friday started spiking up a little bit. Monday was a crazy gap up and had just been collapsing since then. So BNSO was a great short. Kind of reminds me, I forgot what it was a couple of weeks ago. A stock did this as well. There's been a couple of stocks that we've seen do this. We have massive gap ups and they just aren't holding their gains. Let's see, BJ, what do I think about ID? Let's go with ID real quickly. It's running into its moving average of 200-day at right around $2. It does have some past chart history resistance just above that, around 230 to 250. So again, you would think like DMS. No, I would not expect DMS to go on the run that it did. I figured it would have failed by now and come back down. I think the same thing, just like DMS, TGL. I think in the end they fell and come back down, honestly. So if you want to look for a short, I think it has a little more maybe room to run. Like most of these, there's no reason for them to be running unless ID just put out some news, which I'm sure it hasn't. It hasn't? Nope. So I would imagine these are just end up being good short opportunities. just be careful with them. As you can tell, traders like Melissa was just talking about with Melissa, traders are excited to see stocks spiking again. So what's that mean? More hype comes back into it. They stay up a little longer is my point. So at first it may sketch you out. You can tell, I bet DMS does crack back here. Point being, it goes up further than you think. You know, oh geez, it's still going. Over time, traders just get exhausted with it. There's no point for it to be up, and everyone knows that. Everyone sells off. They move away from it, get tired of it, and they're gone. Let's see, Paul Veru is consolidating at VWAP. Would you look to go long? Let's go to Veru. Here you go, Vegeta. There we go. And then, of course, you cool Allen. There goes your short opportunity. There it goes. There's some pullback. I don't know. Yeah, Uncle Mark out of nowhere. Benso just starts, like, what you just saw ID kind of pop out of nowhere. Benso pops out of nowhere and you know, is now, you know, rocking and rolling a little bit more so. I just talked about that, how it was a crazy mover Friday into Monday. Just getting a lot of this lunch hour craziness going on right now. Veru is consolidating at VWAP. Would you look to go long? Man, you know, I can see the squeeze potential, 100%. Paula, I would just be looking to go short so bad, because usually a lot of the times when we get this moving back up, I'm just looking for a fail back, you know, down below 16, possibly all the way through, you know, could hit 15.5-ish area, 15.6 area. I do see what you're seeing, though, for sure, Paula. Veru's consolidating the view up, looking to go long. I just think this barrier right there, and this is all past chart history. I haven't put any lines in on Veru today at all. 1640. If it gets over that, then we've got some real room to run. It just doesn't have a lot of room to run to 1640. So just watch for that fail at 1640 possibly. Those would be the areas I'm looking for overall. Nice. And we got Sky Chimp looking to short. Nice, nice, nice Sky Chimp. Oh, Siga got so close to 25. Siga team, oh, so close to 25. That is so freaking close. 24-7. Oh, come on, Siga. That's so close, but it's close enough, I guess. Cassie, nice little dump off. I saw another little U-shape trying to form. I just don't think it's going to actually get the momentum to actually hold up. ID is now a live team, so ID is now live. A lot of range right now. Again, like I said, talking about most of these, I just don't see a reason for them holding up. We'll go to Benso. Of course, that also, like I said, is live too to see if it holds up. It's not really as of right now. ID, I wouldn't imagine it holds up. There's really no reason for these to be spiking. You know, TGL is like the only one still holding up decently besides DMS, which DMS now finally, here we go, starting to get that pullback as we talked about. Perfect alert for the short. $3 shelf crack, $2.90 VWAP shelf crack. Back below the 9. I'm sure the Thanos crossover has been taking place here. Back down to the 2.6s. Now that's going to be your next area of Vegeta. Anyone else short? Under 2.6. Watch for a pullback, possibly overall closer than now to your entry price. When you use E-Trade, did you ever run into any issues? Sometimes like orders giving when the trial to take place, something like 3.4 would have been amazing. Yeah, so for sure. Yeah, I definitely noticed that with E-Trade. For sure. Let's see how funny how Thinkorswim doesn't show what a halted stock will open at, but Weeble does. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Weeble. It's funny how some, man, I'll tell you, which is so nuts. When I first moved to Thinkorswim team, they had their because of course, well, at least I don't think it was. Trade Zero wasn't around, and so there weren't a lot of brokerages out there that had really pretty level 2s. The prettiest level 2 at the time, and Dex still uses it, was E-Trade Pro. So that's another reason why I love them so much and kept them for a minute. But I went over to Thinkorswim, and their level 2 was always on par with E-Trade Pros. Even when it was halted, it would show the same exact prices, and I was like, hallelujah, this is baller. I don't even have to pull up E-Trade Pro anymore. And now I don't know what happened, and when it happened originally, I'd say about 2018-ish to 19, somewhere in there, it went to, I don't even use it. I don't even look at it, honestly. It's almost unusable. It is funny, though, beyond Biomed. I'm like, you work on that level 2. If you could just work on that. Deck is out. Deck is out. I'll be back. Deck says I'll be back. Every time I hear that, it's a new stock. Okay, so top is halted. Halt on top. So top this. Oh, this was the one from earlier. Top was the one from earlier. I know there was another stock that earlier that halted up. It was top that halted up earlier. I think it was like Monday that top did the same kind of movement on Monday. So top was another one that's halted up now again. Oh, we got so many of these. So TGL is looking like it's going to halt up. Or gap up, I should say. So we'll go over to TGL. It halted up at 59 after in 7 seconds. So we're getting into a 10-minute halt. We'll watch that for a minute. At DMS, I'm going to watch DMs over here. As it tumbles down. We will keep BNSO on watch as this is continuing to spike up a little bit. So BNSO just moved into another halt up. So we're halted up. BNSO halted up at 7 after in 25 seconds. We have TGL halted up at... what was that? 59 after in 7 seconds. So TGL 59 after 7 seconds. This will come live at 9 after in 7 seconds. Holy bonanzas and sweet sauces. Biotech Man, holy bananas, it's the original Bioman. So, okay, Bioman, no offense, but Biotech Man. Oh, did you just change your name? Did you change it back? Because I thought it was Biotech Man before Bioman. Did you just change your name, Bioman? I think you did. I think it was Biotech Man before. Was it not? Now you've got me all, what's going on, man? You throw me all for a loop here. I saw that, I was like, hold on, I remember that picture too. With like a seal it looks like you're with. Here's your gap up on the dot there. That was perfect, TGL. TGL team, perfect gap up right there. Again, team, beautiful gap up, trying to hold its gains. So it's going to be round 2 bounce is going to be bigger. Round 2 bounce is a little bit bigger. Round 1 bounce, not big. Round 2 bounce, actually bigger, team. Whew, risky biscuit. Snakeskin Randy, how you having fun over there with Snakeskin? Snakeskin Randall. Hold on. Yeah, we know it's Biomed. It's Biomed. So that's right, we do have 2. So yeah, that's what I thought. So hold on. Biotech Man, where the heck have you been? Biotech Man, that's what that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Biomed. So Biotech Man's in the other lobby. I was in Dex lobby real quick for a second, and I was like, hold on. Biotech Man. I'm gonna, because he's in the other lobby. He's not in my lobby. There's that halt down. I'm telling you, this is super sketchy. So Biomed, that's what I thought. So we have Biotech Man. He's the original Biomed. I was like, no offense, but it's Biomed, not Biomed, but Biomed. There's Biotech Man. He used to be in chat for the longest time. I swear I just asked where he's been over in Dex Lobby. All right, anyone that wanted options, I don't know if you're still around, but it is going to be recorded, so all the traders that did come over earlier, I don't know if some of you are still around or not, but of course the Love Chips of the world, people, Commerciantes, Pauls of the world, forgot who all was asking about it. You know, I know, of course, everybody asked about it, but I forgot who all asked about it earlier. If you guys are still wanting it, I will definitely am still going to be going over it and recording it soon. By the way, Melissa, I'm going to book a session. I saw that you have a 7 a.m. appointment. I mean, yep. So I do pre-market. Most days, what I do are I don't have my morning sessions available. It's morning. It's going to be as in to trade with. That's only once a week, once a month, I should say, for a week. 3 or 4 days. But it's pre-market right when I get done with my commentary. So for after hours or power hour and after hours. So pre-market right before the opening bell, essentially. And then power hour and the first hour of after hours is when I do my sessions. Yeah, BNSO, Darts, you have nothing. No, BNSO halted up, no news I see. So BNSO team, We'll go over to BNSO. BNSO is now live. So that's why let's go over to BNSO team. It just now came live. I'm going to see where it's going to gap up open to. We'll go over here too so I can see it actually in a bigger time frame to see where we can maybe run to. Possibly overall, we're going to start running to some pretty prime resistance soon. 580 up to about the $6 mark, team. 580 to $6 is going to be prime resistance for BNSO. 580 to $6. We're running into it right now. So right around the $6 mark, team. What was the open of this day? 610. So 610 would probably be the top side of that resistance area. This is running up for no reason. I would imagine we get a decent sell-off sometime soon. Let's go back to a 1 minute time frame. We have been all green on this run up from $4 up, team. So just be careful trying to go long and trying to shoot this into another halt up. I would be watching for a sell-off and a big pullback to say where we halted up at 550-ish area. Now, maybe we continue to run, but I would be careful taking these trades as we get over this 610 area. Running into some pretty strong resistance, really, especially if we run anything over 610 is really strong. Let's go back to TGL. That's going to, just so I can see, team TGL halted. Let's see, TGL real quickly. When did this halt down at, so everyone knows? TGL halted down at 10 after 19 seconds. 10 after and 19 seconds. So if it's a 5-minute halt, watch for it to come live at 15 after and 19 seconds. If it's a 10-minute halt, it will come live at 20 after and 19 seconds. DMS not wanting to give up, as I talked about, told you there, right out that area, that 260-ish mark that I was talking about. Vegeta, anyone else on that short, know that 260 is prime support before we start pushing our way back down, possibly to your entry, or the original entry at 235. TGL looking like it's going to open up with a small gap down at 9.5, and we are holding it generically the area. You know, it's kind of popping up and down all over it, but we're trying to hold these areas that I talked about earlier, TGL, for this to continue to push throughout the rest of the day. So if this continues to hold this little channel, we have a shot to go crazy with some power hour pushing. See, nice J trades done for the day, boss. Let's see here, Skychimp. Okay, Absy under VWAP. Yeah, Absy. Ooh, Absy, nice little pullback. Absy finally, team, that M shape taking place. So if you were short, never got over your 670 area you even had to worry about, even really $7, because you could have been filled there with a quick upper shadow. Now that short's paying out big time. Cassie, the other one with the SI in it, completely rocking and just rolling away. Absy's, is Absy halted down, or is just no one trading it now? No one's trading it. So Absy's no, it is halted down. So Absy, I think, is halted down, team, as well. So both of these plays are just dumping off right now. TGL, and there we go. I had a feeling BNSO. There's that pullback, team, down to 560 area. TGL, again, if this holds this little channel right here, we're good for more momentum and pushing later. Quick question, Paul. Let's say if I buy one put at 12 and sell at 11.80, that is a gain correct also, even if the stock goes up, just to be sure. Paul, then yeah, I was going to say, exactly. I think it all comes back to... Yeah, I don't think so, honestly. That's going to be the second-hand thing that we're going to get into, Paul. Not today, but next week with that. We're going to get to more of the schematics of it all, essentially. Like, how to plan and, because it's not just buy-sell type stuff. So that's why we have to scheme our way through this and kind of say, hey, here's what we're going to buy, here's what we're going to hold through. Deck, the reason I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, anyone that does options can let me know, I think the reason Deck is making money is he's doing pretty decent sized contracts, but he's also playing Tesla, so it doesn't take very long to get into the money with Tesla. You're playing something that's super volatile. That's why I see even Active Trader. I mean, it seems like they're in those plays for a minute to maybe 5 at most, and they're in the green and up $1,000. Yeah, TGL. Yeah, not the first time I've seen this team. Won't be the last time we see this on TGL. Honestly, I'm not surprised with TGL's momentum the way it's doing this. It's so annoying. All right, team. Let's get into this so we can... I want to record this before I forget, and it's already getting to the point. Not that I'm going to forget, but I do want to show you guys this. It's pretty simple stuff. Get everything set up real quickly here, team. Charts. Boom. Bam. We'll go to just something simple like NVDA. That's moving. I'll watch this, have it all set up now, so I'm going to I'll give this stuff about 10 more minutes here. I'll give these tickers about 10 more minutes to move around, and then it's time to get into the recording of the stock. Or I should say the options trading kind of boot camp day really 1. Going over everything went over yesterday. How to set stuff up, what to be looking for, especially if you have Thinkorswim. I'm really going to run through all that and then get to the point of where you're placing orders and what you're looking for after placing orders. Now, again, do I know how to win on all of these setups? And no, I don't. I don't know what we're going to be looking for overall next week and looking to actually be profitable in these trades. Today, just kind of a recap, really more so of yesterday and getting it recorded. Captain Cook. I've seen this pop up a few times, and it is over that 50 count, which is always a good thing during lunch hours. And again, if this goes over 370, which we had a 1, 2, so we had a double top, watch for a triple top. Over this 370 area. So over 370, watch for a move up, possibly overall to about 385, maybe to about 395.4. Let me show you the power of SBA. Exactly. So Ascension, if you're looking for a long, there's no reason for Captain Kirk to be popping up like it is today. So I would say about $4 max in this run, and you're going to probably see some sort of a pullback. Now, again, with the way these have moved recently, don't be in this till, oh, well, this is going to pull all the way back down to 333.40. Those are the ones usually that run up out of nowhere with no news, no past chart history that just kind of really, why is this moving? We've seen Kirk pass in the pop in Captain, because I call it Captain Kirk. I know it's Kirkland's, but there's, it has popped in the past, so this could continue to squeeze. So more of a short-lived short versus this has nothing going for it at all. This is probably just going to dump straight back down to 330. If this dumps, it's short-lived shorts. You're dumping back into areas more so than you're dumping back down to nothing. Yeah, I figured you're shorting it, Ascension. I figured you wanted to short it. Ooh, Absy team, nice little dump off right here, team. So Absy, beautiful dump. Oh, and Geek Bomb, are you in chat today? Geek Bomb, I thought I saw you typing earlier. I don't know if you messaged at all today. I can't remember. I may have missed it. Geek Bomb, are you in chat today? Are you in chat today? Yeah, I thought I saw you alert earlier. You said Absy under VWAP. I thought I just saw you alert. What time would you want to do do you want to do Power Hour? I just didn't know what time you wanted to do for your session today. Your freebie. You get that freebie, so it's all on you. I didn't know if you wanted to do like which I said if you wanted to go at 2:30. I don't know what time zone you're in, so I was gonna say at 2:30 Eastern time, so just over an hour from now, an hour and 10 minutes. Or did you want to do right at the start of Power Hour, so that'd be 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? Nice. There we go. So Absy, there we go. Finally cracking back. There we go. Sky Chimp. You're looking good so far. I'm telling you, Sky Chimp, when this cracks right here, I bet this just continues to dump through. So watch for this. If this doesn't hold, this probably 570-ish area, right around 570 or so. This is going to dump for sure back down to 550. The Gig Bomb, whatever time you want, it is yours. What's the best paper trading account that also has I don't know. Maybe Weeble Webble. Does anyone know if Weeble Webble has options on its paper trading side? I know Thinkorswim does. Fiaz, another cool thing you can do as well, besides doing paper trading, is doing the on-demand feature. So another cool thing to do is go up here to this top right-hand corner and press on-demand. So it's another way besides just their paper trading platform that you can actually log into your real... Now, you're not using your real money. Now, that'd be cool, right? Let's just go back in time and I'm going to buy HKD. That's not how that works. But you can use on-demand as well. A-Trade just locked you out of your account. Let's see. TGL live. TGL is live, team. Oh, I told you there, Sky. Oh, I thought we're about to start cracking. I'm telling you, we're going to start cracking soon. Telling you, Sky Jam. I'm telling you. I think I just saw the futures. Why? Just my brain hurts a little now. But TGL team, watch for maybe a halt down. It is building a little bit of a trend line right here. If it holds this trend line, we're good. I think when we crack this trend line, I'll put it in for you, team. I think that's when we're doomed. So I'll just the very small uptrend that we're forming right there. When that cracks, I think this starts dumping back down. We'll see maybe multiple halts down again. Geek Bomb. Honey, we're going to look at our account, like a trade where someone just doesn't want me to make money. Yukon, maybe it's a good sign. Maybe it is a good sign. Whenever's best for you, I'm here all day, and an hour would be cool. Let's do that then. We'll do that in an hour. So we'll do just over an hour from now. So about an hour and 10 minutes in Geek Bombatromius. All right, waiting for Benso here, leveling out to the right. I am watching DMS getting so close to cracking back even more. We did crack the 260 shelf, I will say that. Hit 2.5 and bounced up a little bit there, so we're getting so close on DMS to dumping back even more. Absy's looking to honestly probably hit that 5.5 mark coming up relatively soon. I know SkyChamp and probably others will be happy about that. TGL is going to be your only main. I told you, if it held somewhere in this area, you just never can tell with these volatile movers where that area for sure is 100% at. We can tell when we hold what traders love to do. They love coming right back into that specific, essentially, area that you're looking to move to, and go. If we hold, essentially, we go, cool. All right, well, we can move easily back into high of day area now. Traders love seeing that. Geek Bomb done. I'll make that. I haven't made it actually yet either, Geek Bomb. So as soon as I get done going live, I will make that appointment. So you'll get an email with the link in it. And what I'll also do is attach it to that email log link that we've had kind of going. Oh, DMS, I'm telling you, DMs. Send me some DMs, baby. Slide into my DMs. Could be getting a nice, good crackback sometime soon here, team. I told you, I'm telling you, Sky Champ. I had a feeling this was going to start dumping soon. Did we hit 5.5 yet? Oh, we're getting close. We're getting close there for you, baby boy. TGL top, it's really starting to kind of slow down. We're getting the pullbacks overall with TGL just doing the slow uptrend channel thing. Not really a lot to TGL overall. Watching for Benso maybe to get a squeeze because Benso team is getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter in that little wedge right there. So TGL top stock to watch as long as we can hold this uptrend. I'd go Benso number 2 for the squeeze. It's looking like DMs and Absy are both. Absy's getting real close to getting to your 5.5 area. So any of you shorters, lock up some at that 5.5 mark 100%. All right. We'll go 5 minutes. 5 minutes to the start time. Just give everyone a little heads up. We'll go and put this in chat. Starting in 5 minutes. Sweet. That's right, Darth Trader. I just can't. I wish I could show you what I'm looking at right now, team. This is what I have to put up with. It's really hard to go live when you have these cute little gremlins. Just look at this is what I have to look at. This is what's just been staring at me for about 5 minutes now. Both of them, both just looking up, staring right at me. I can't. It's hard for me to do and show you both. I mean, just non-stop staring at me for the past 5 minutes. And so they're just like this. Like, I'm not even close to being done yet. Like, this isn't cool. Post the links on that if you can. I can't. Yeah, awesome. Done. Oh, well, it definitely will. Scott Champ, that'll be one of the last links you have. Like, usually if you come back to my lobby when I'm done, I'll have kind of my website and, YouTube, all the links out there. I'll have that link out there for sure today. I'll have the overall link for the whole entire day. Of course, the stream itself, essentially. And then I'll have just and here comes a squeeze on Ben, so I had a feeling. Can I just get into this lesson already? Guys, can stocks just stop popping? Yes, and I will edit it down too as well, Sky Champ, so that way it'll just be, so there'll be the link there right off the bat, so you have to kind of go through and find it. But then secondly, I will edit it down so it's something I can post on YouTube and on Instagram for traders that are just learning like me. Yeah, Dark Trader is exactly what I get. Our smallest Chihuahua, she weighs like 6 pounds. She's just this little nugget. Darla. Literally, like Darla, though. And then... No, I didn't see any... Let's see, let's see. No, what did we look at? The SPX or... No, the SPX one? Yeah, I saw the pictures. I did see them. Now that I'm looking at them again, but gotcha. Where you kind of went long and went short. I just wish it showed you how much you like the percent. Like that's one thing too that I'm like want to then figure out, like, because I know a lot of traders, and I guess maybe they're just doing the math. But I know a lot of people that do options are like, I'm up 300% in this trade, and it's only moved like how do they figure that out? Like when they're up like 300% on a trade, or their options are worth that much more now. Like it shows you in the contract, I'm guessing, like as in you buy it for 2 or whatever, and now all of a sudden they're going for 6. And that just means because it went from 2 to 6 and your little chart that you put in. I see you, Queenie. You're so pretty. You just sit there and stare at me like a freaking... Benso, I'm going to put Benso on the level 2 since TGL's, it looks like Benso is halted up, team. So Benso, no, Benso is still live. So Benso is hitting the LULD on the top side, team. That's why I was wondering if it's halted up, and now we are halted up. So BNSO is halted up to the top side, team. So I'm going to go BNSO as our top. Well, we have TGL. It looks like I could squeeze at any moment and move to 12 plus and $13. Oh my gosh. All right, while these stocks are kind of in limbo right now because these won't take that long, I'm recording this right now. It's happening. It's done. All right, team. I'm going to pull it over right here. We'll get this set up. It's real quick, real simple. We're going to see these stocks rocking and rolling. But I am going to record this real quickly. It'll be just a quick 10-minute at most. Just a brief overview and synopsis of what I went over yesterday. First day of literally pulling up options, what to be doing, how to even look at options. You know, really watching my first videos for the last 24 hours. So one of the main things to do, especially off Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim is one of the easiest platforms. I see a lot of traders use options with Thinkorswim. It's very easy to use. One of the first things you're going to want to do is come over to this trade tab and make sure it's clicked on the all products up top. And if it's clicked on this all products, you can pull up any ticker you want and see if it has options, and it will show you if it has options. And right off the bat, I always have all on there. I guess, and I've seen that just gives you all the options available, literally. But then you'll probably find some every once in a while. I'm trying to find one if there is any, maybe like GovX. Yes, GovX doesn't, and it'll show right off the bat, does not have options, right? It has no options. So let's just go into, say, something we want to trade like NVDA. Right off the bat, one of the best things to do as well is go over to, say, your active trader, so you can look at 2 charts at once and say, we're doing this yesterday, right? We put, say, NVDA up top, and just leave that there. So what I'll do down here is link this to yellow. So it's already linked, you can tell, to number 2. What I'm going to do is go back to the all products page right here, and then find which contract I want. Do I want to go on the put side, you know, and I want to short this, or I see NVDA going long, and I want a long, you know, contract, and I want to go long with it. So I'll go back over to my active trader, and we'll just kind of actively look at it a little bit here. And go back to NVDA and the chart setup. Honestly, see a pullback coming up soon. So we'll just, for fun, go back over here and say, I want to do a short. I see this, you know, right now it's at 182. I see this coming back to the 180-ish area. So what I'm going to do is right-click this, send to yellow, right? And so you just right-click, send that to yellow, your number 2 link, and then boom, it's right there in the chart for you. So then you can trade, you know, right one on top of one of the other. You know, this is the first way I probably will do a lot of my trading, because I want to look at the chart on top of the chart, because now you have you want your active trade. A lot of people, this is a great way. Now, of course, if you want to, you know, option wise, you can come in here and buy market or sell market 100% if you want to. A lot of the time with options, it's going to be a little bit more kind of like volatile penny stocks. You're not going to get filled a lot of the time. So if you want to, kind of like Dark Trader was saying yesterday, come in and you can do your limit order. So I want to come in and I want to put, you know, a limit order, and you can also do that through the active trader, which helps out big time. That way you can get in at the actual price you want to get in, not say 2 or 3. Maybe there's a little bit of a slippage there in your contract price that you actually end up paying for. So that would be your first way to get to kind of put it in. You know, you go to all products page under your trade tab to find, and that's unfortunately the way to do it. And you can go through your tickers right here, right? All your different tickers, whichever one you want to do. Once you settle on your ticker you want to trade, go to, say, the contract you like, right click on it, whichever one it is, you know, whether it's in the money, you know, or out of the money. So these are in the money. These are out of the money that are in the black. And you're going to want to right click on it, send, and then whichever one you want to link to. You know, you can link this to anything. You could have multiple links set up if you want to. But say you just started, and so I can link it to 1 if I really wanted to, right? I just did 2 for yellow. And just go over to that all products page again right here up top. And you can click on whichever one you want, right click, and send it to there. And so that way you're trading not only the ticker itself that you want to look at, and you want to look at that chart, because maybe like me, you like to look at that chart, although this is going to look pretty much just like it for the most part, just in, you know, you can tell it's inversed. You're going to, because I'm wanting to, this is a put. This is a put, right? So this is going to look inversed. If I want to do a call, it's going to look just like it. This is going to be a put. Now, here's how we can just change it right off the bat. And so if we want to come up here, right in our chart, you can see what I'm doing right here, team. We're going to right click and get rid of that P and put a C in there, and watch it turns from a put to a call. And so now you're looking at a call, and you're wanting to go long here. And so that's how you're going to buy and sell. You know, you're not going to come over here if you're wanting to do a call. So let's go back and say you're wanting to do a put. You know, put a P back in there. Whoops, put a P, just a P, just a P. And now we're back to doing a put. We're just going to buy and sell. So we'll get through doing orders next. But you will just press buy, right? And then, or buy market, or come down here and put a limit order in, and then sell. Same thing if you're going to do a call. You don't have to do like, normally on Thinkorswim, you're going to want to come in here and do sell and then buy. You don't have to do that. You're going to buy and then you're going to sell it is what you're going to do. Because you're buying the put, you're not selling at this moment. We're only buying our options at this point. We will get the selling. This is for buying options, team. And so if you say, okay, you know what? I don't want the 180 calls or strike price. I want 180, whatever. I want 175. So go into 175, then boom, that's going to come in here and give you the option calls, right? The strike price of that 175. See the weekly calls, whatever. So that's how you can change it right off the bat. You don't always have to come over here to your all products page and then, this contract or that contract or this contract. You can change it right here in your Active Trader just by getting rid of the C or the P and then putting in the number you want. Now, another way to set this up, go over to your charts tab. Go to your all charts right here. And this is how Umar uses it. Umar was at I don't know if you guys were at the seminar, but Umar, again, brought him up yesterday. Again, probably has around 1 million followers across all social media platforms. Definitely big time, right? So get rid of the Active Trader over here. I like watching time and sales just to kind of read the tape, so leave that up if you want. You don't have to. You can just look at the chart. And so you're going to do the same thing, and you're going to come over here and say, I want to watch whatever I want to watch, and you're going to link that number 2. And so now you can watch, and it just comes right on up because it's already linked to number 2, right? You've already linked it. And so now you want to come over here and you can watch the chart this way, but what I'm going to do is get rid of the chart, and then I can just use the Active Trader in the level 2, and then you can trade this way if you just want to trade that way. And you can then have your Active Trader right here, watch the chart, and then you can get in and out by, you can do limit orders if you want to, or of course if you want to do market, you can do market as well. But this is your other way to look at it. So your 2 ways to look at it are this, going into your charts tab and making sure you're on the charts and charts, right? So the charts tab and charts. Or you come over to the trade tab and you're in the Active Trader and you can look at one on top of the other. Either way, doesn't matter. However you want to look at it, that's up to you. Now, what I'll probably do as well, because I like looking at the SPY with it, I'll have another SPY, somewhere on another monitor, looking at the SPY, trading it with it just because I like to look at the SPY. Or if you want to, you can pull up, and if your monitor's big enough, you can make this where it's 3 charts, right? And have 3 different charts going on here. Let's get that going. And have the SPY down here if you want to, right? So if your screen's big enough or it's on a big TV, you can have right here. You can have this, of course, on charts if you want to. Now, of course, I've messed this all up and I gotta maneuver it. But this could just be the SPY. Of course, right now you can't see it. Only have the Active Trader on. But you could have the SPY at the bottom or the top if you wanted to overall. So that's your main 2 ways to set those up. How to place orders, how to get in and out of your trades, and of course looking at your P&L. Which we'll get into. We'll just kind of do this. We'll go to on-demand real quickly. Sure, whatever. Go back to NVDA. I don't know what day this brought up. April 21st, so earlier this year. Are we going yet? Charts. Are we not going yet? Going? Yeah, maybe. Can we go back to the trade? Okay, cool. So let's go back to the Active Trader here and see if we're actually pulled up. And we'll link them. Well, they linked up actually. Ooh, NVDA is just taking off here at the start of the day. Whatever day this was. So maybe I have to put a new, probably because it's for a new day. Let's get into a 1-minute time frame. Boy, I'm just missing all of this. So let's go back to monitor. No, this is going to be trade tab, right? We go to all products. Since it's flying on up, I'm just going to look for a pullback. We'll go for a put. We'll go with this right here. So right click. I want to send this to yellow and number 2. We'll go to Active Trader and then boom, it's in there now. I'm going to go ahead and buy 10 contracts. Boom, I'm in short for a pullback. Thinking this overextended move is going to see some sort of a pullback. My profit is now going to come down here at the bottom. Now that's how you place orders, right? I just market ordered in. Usually I would want to probably, and I probably will over time, like Dark Trader was talking about, I will probably start placing limit orders to get the exact price. That way you're not fluctuating in and out. So that's how you kind of place those orders, kind of getting in and out, just so you know for NVDA. It's pretty simple stuff. You just come over to your trade tab, go to all products, find your call you want. Of course, this is in the money for longs. This is out of the money for longs. This is out of the money for shorts. This is in the money for shorts. And of course, you can see the actual contract that I chose for a pullback to 220. You can see your overall P&L. And then that's where we're going to get into, of course, moving forward, say late, next week. And next week's, and no, here comes more of a, come on, pull back more. I don't know if I can actually take this profit and lock it up. We'll just go to like 5. We'll just scale out here slowly but surely if this pulls back even more. But that's the way you kind of get in and out of your trades right there. And then you can just slowly scale yourself out. And I'm still in here. You can tell. Come down here at the very bottom. If you want to click on it, it's going to show you I'm still in 2 total contracts, a price of $215. All right, sell. And now I'm totally out with the profit of $332. And so that's kind of what I'll be looking to do day in, day out. Now I'm going to figure out more terminology next week and get dived in a little bit more upon my contracts and what contracts I need to be looking for. But a lot of the time what I'll probably do is stuff like that where I see pullbacks coming, go for a play that's maybe not in the money, right? It's just out of the money. But I'll let you know, and we'll get more into that in the money, out of the money, the terminology about all that next week. But just wanted to get into the brief synopsis of how to kind of get into a trade, out of a trade, how to pull it up on your charting, how to link it, especially if you do have level 2, or if you do have Thinkorswim, I should say. It's very, very easy to use on Thinkorswim, whichever way you want it. Of course, I already had this set up from earlier. That's why I tried the on-demand earlier, just to kind of mess around with it, just to see what would happen, and to get this already set up. And I was like, well, I might as well show them on with my real account, and then, of course, kind of pull up on-demand in case you ever do want to practice it. I advise going over to Thinkorswim to practice options team. That's very easy to practice options on Thinkorswim, and you can for free. If you can, get an account with Thinkorswim and practice your options if you're looking to practice 100%. Hopefully that makes sense. This is just kind of day one of getting, like I said, showing you guys how to not only find the options, which ones are usually the better ones, which usually we're not going to be paying this much. That's how much these are. These cost a lot. Usually we're going to be sticking usually probably to right around in this area, I'd imagine, right? And of course, these are just for. Now I'm going to scroll back up. These are just for the stocks that are expiring that Friday afterward, right? These are expiring the Friday after that. And it shows you how many days away they are. So that's 1 day out, 8 days out, 15 days out, 22 days out. If you're day trading options like we're kind of teaching as of right now, you're going to want to be going probably to the very first Friday, the closest Friday you have to you. Maybe the second, maybe the 8 days out. Of course, wherever that Friday is, could be 10, 12 days out. But we'll be sticking with these two. But that lets you know how far out these are, how far they're out. And then you can actually break them down. And usually we're going to be probably taking these contracts right in this area, just on either side of in the money or out of the money, getting in and out of them. As you just saw, I just made $332, and I was in that trade for about a minute. That's what Deck's doing and what we're looking to do overall with these trades if you're in and out of them like that. And I knew this was probably had a feeling. I haven't watched this. I had literally had no idea this was going to pull back, I promise. But I just saw this overextension. But this is what I'll be looking for. I'll probably trade tops like this a little bit more, seeing an overextended move. Maybe trade those a little bit more. Still sticking to generics and basics, my trend line and shelf cracks using the Thanos crossover. But there you go. You can see how simple that was just to get in and out of the trade, how to set it up. Your P&L is right down here, so you can always are looking at it. It unfortunately does not show you over in the charts tab. If you're using this and sticking to this, you got to then have to come over to the monitor tab and look at it and check it out right here. And then it'll show you what your contract is, how much you're up for the day. You can tell earlier I had a little fun on SPY. I was messing around with it, but every time I'd get in it was doing the zero out thing. And again, it comes back to your contract, what you're looking for, and to get to, which we'll get into next week. Because I was getting in a lot of these trades. I was like, it keeps, like we saw yesterday, kept zeroing out. That's why I got out of the money here, because I saw this pulling down to the area I wanted to go to, and we got a nice good profit out of it. That's it for round one. Beautiful. That ended up being a great short opportunity right there. Anyway, but this was just round one, part one. Of course, us getting into the options, how to put them in your charting, how to find them. We'll dive into more next week, but I did want to get this recorded so you guys can see how easy it honestly is to not only find your options, what to be looking for, pull them up, and to trade them, and to find them in your charting, keep them up in your charting, find your P&L, get in and out of the trade. Boom shakalaka. There we go, team. Got that recorded, so that did get recorded as well. Whew. All right. Let's see, Dick. That's a different. There you go, Rick. There you go. Help you out. Is the on-demand available 24 hours? It is, Rick Smith. So it is available 24 hours. I love that on-demand feature. It is honestly really nice to use. So that on-demand. Ooh, we did get a halt down out of that, but we did not actually stay down, as it looks like TGL is now halted up again. Oh, I was wondering what was going on with Benso right here. I'm like, BNSO, what is going on with this chart today? That's because we're on demand. But yes, it is available 24/7. There we go. And there's a real chart. I'll get everything set back up on my side here. And there we go. Awesome. Sweet. Awesome. Hopefully that helps you guys out a little bit there. I know I just wanted to do a quick little 10, 15 minutes, however long that took there to kind of essentially what took 30 minutes yesterday to get help from Dark Trader and all you guys else in the chat that helped me out big time. So Rick, I know, like, again, I went over this yesterday, and I'm glad to have you around today, baby boy, because I was calling out for you yesterday. But what we'll do next week, team, which that was a great trade right there. I would look to take live trades with you guys, honestly, next week. Oh, and Vegeta, you still in? Vegeta, I had a feeling once we got into this 2-6 shelf crack. Dun 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 dun. That was gorgeous right there. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So we got TGL and Benzo, kind of, I say unfortunately, but they're, because I'm sure a lot of traders are like, why are this dumped off yet? These are the only two actually still holding up as of right now. TGL and BNSO. Biomed, that's awesome. Hey, at least you got in there, Biomed. Hey, I appreciate it. But yeah, Rick Smith, that's why I'm glad to have you guys. Glad to have you guys come over. Wanted that, and again, today was just more of a recap because yesterday was just a hodgepodge of, again, Melissa, hodgepodge, just a jumble of me going back and forth all over the place. Didn't have a real good right track to it, so I didn't want that to be something for you guys to go back and watch. Today we went over every single thing we went over yesterday, including a little bit more actually, showing you how you can change your orders from, replacing the C to a P, changing your number from 180 to 175. You can change your call that you want, your contract essentially that you want to get in. TGL is now a live team. Watch for a move up here. Possibly, again, we're at it about right now, this 1285 mark to 13. If we get over that 1285 to 13 mark, probably watch for another possible upper shadow to 14. So we're still watching this 1285 to $13 area. I want to say I've tried with options in the on-demand and it didn't work. I have to try. Yes. So it works. Yeah, for sure. It definitely works, baby boy. Yeah, so go to like on demand, which you can just see. Go to on demand up top. I just pressed it. Go to on demand. Go to trade. And then, of course, all products. And then there's your NVIDIA. Is my profit still there? Oh, yeah. 332, baby. That was pretty cool. I was very impressed with that. I was like, whoa, okay. So it is not with my trade, but just the fact that you can make $300 in a matter of a minute like that. Quick little. And I probably didn't put too much. And that's what we'll get into, how much that contract, it was only 10 contracts I got? Probably wasn't that expensive, being they cost like $2. It was, not much. $300 I'm betting or something like that. Or no, that would be for one. So maybe it was 3,000 in the end. But yeah, so the point being, go to on demand up top. Here's how you click it. Of course, I'm sure Rick Smith. Go to any day you want. Just pick a random day, which definitely helps out. That way you don't remember it. You can go back you can go so far back, team, which is so crazy, right? Let's see how far back you can go. No way. Okay, it won't let you go back that far. It's like, nope, won't let you go back to the days that went crazy in 2008 and 2009. I mean, you can go back to 2011 if you want. It's nuts. But then just go over here to your all products, NVDA, like, kind of the process we just went through. But yeah. Good to go. Good to go. Good to go. Awesome, team. Money sauce. Vegeta, oh. Yeah, Vegeta. Yeah, I didn't know if you were still in there. Yeah, now it's down to 215, Vegeta. You're really loving life right now. And I definitely would take that for sure. Take some profit. Take that profit. Nice, boss. So there you go. Cool. All right, team. Absy team. Oh my gosh, Skychimp, are you still in this? Skychimp, are you still in Absy? Holy moly, just two dump-offs right there. I don't know if Skychimp, are you still in? I don't know if Skychimp, I think he had to leave. But man, Skychimp, beautiful short right there too. D. Sarley, did you catch that one, D. Sarley? I know you were looking to short it. Beautiful. Any questions, though, comments, concerns? Hey, boss, is TOS free? Do you find easy short shared? Thank you. It is free for sure. It's I think you have, unfortunately now you have to have like $500. I have to have live data, which is really weird. and dumb, but it is free commissions. The shorts on, say, like AMD, NVDA, those type tickers, AMC, a lot of the time, Snap, they're usually easy to borrow. It's your normal ABCs of the world. No, those are going to be hard. Now, you can join the hard to borrow program. It's just you're then still going to be paying the fees. So, I would say if you're looking for a shorter, like you're wanting to short, you got to go over to, unfortunately, Trade Zero, Light Speeds, even a little bit better in my opinion, for sure. I've been there. Cobra, Centerpoint, those are a little higher up, and definitely, but you have to have more funds to open up there. I love Thinkorswim, and it is for sure free, but it's mainly, to me, in my opinion, people who go long and do options. Now, if you get good at options, you can short. I mean, you can. I've got a couple of traders in chat that moved over to options because they can't short or are not with a shorter brokerage, and so they've just moved to options and are now shorting with options, just doing puts. Like I just did with, just like I just showed you, if you were just watching Payola, the it was an NVDA or whatever it was that I just traded there on the on-demand side, made $300 just like that. Same thing. Did a put. Boom. Rock and roll. $300 in a minute. Clay, how do you plan on exit strategy with at all-time highs? Siga. Man, Skychimp. Look at Absy is just dumping team. Siga. Oh, Siga. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, so close to 25. I alerted this early to you guys. Definite magnet to 25 by, probably end of day now. One of your better slow and steady movers to look at. Let's see here. Let's see. Where overall, though, Clay, how do you plan an exit strategy for... Where are you at? So, Clay, are you already in? Let me know if you're already in, Clay. Let's see here. Raj. Could we link Interactive Brokers to Thinkorswim? Could we link Interactive Brokers? I don't know. That would be nice, honestly. And I know Dart Trader answered. I was like, that would be nice, though. You have $20 calls. Oh, wow. So I would imagine, if I'm not mistaken, then if you have $20 calls, you're banking right now, Clay? Nice guy, Chimp, though. Yeah, most penny stocks will not have options, for sure. But some will, though. Some will. I mean, if I go through this, which I showed this earlier on the trade tab, so we can go through like stocks we've looked at today. Some will. Like Siga, they have options. Siga has now they're not going to be sometimes the best options, but they're available. What are we looking at today? Also, like DMS, no options, right? What was the other one? Benso, I would imagine maybe no options. So some will or some won't. Yeah, Clay, I was gonna say. Good job, Clay. See, there you go. It's that easy sometimes. But yeah, thank you for bringing that up, Will.i.am. Exactly. That's going to be the thing. Sometimes you're going to run into some that do. Like GovX. Another one. I was going to go through what I've been looking at recently today. Cassie does not. So especially some of these newer movers, because they're new IPO plays, I think they have to have us, like Deck talked about, like have 100 million. They have to have something 100 million, and I forgot what it is. So a lot of these newer plays, like especially the new IPO plays, will not. If it's been around on the block for a minute, it probably might. Yes, Clay, I would definitely... I don't know how many $20 call, I don't know how many contracts you have there at $20 calls. I would say if you have... I just lock up close to half is my point, at least. All right, team. All right, now we're winding back on down. Good little brief, little run through of the options for all of us newbies out there. Again, have it recorded. We'll get that. It will take no time to get that uploaded here in just a little bit. So we'll get that uploaded by end of day, so you guys can go back and just run through that real quickly, especially if you do have Thinkorswim. And Sky Champ Watch, I was going to tell you, I would say anywhere around 475 to 480, lock that up for sure. I think that's going to be your... I don't know if in the end we get back to 470-ish area, but anywhere on that 475, 470 area lockup zone for sure. You've completely murdered that. I feel like I'm walking over to someone and you just like beat this kid to a bloody pulp, and I'm like, Sky Chimp, he ain't moving. You beat him up. He is done. Like ding 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 ding, and your winner by KO, Sky Champ. And his would it be your victory dance, Sky Champ, or would that be your finishing move? It'd be a pretty cool finishing move. You go into a plane, jump out, do like a top elbow drop out of the plane. So you literally skydive out of a plane and come down with an elbow drop out of the plane. That's your finishing move. Or could be a victory dance, you know? You know, you come out, you go all the way up into the plane, come down, parachute down. We all wait for you to come down. Yeah, Sky Chimp. Well, I know, man. You in deck. And there's a couple others, I think, in chat, too, that are pretty big into skydiving. TGL finally cracking this uptrend channel, team. There's your full overall channel. You could tell earlier that one I had created was a little too steep. Cracked it, moved up. Really, in the end, especially in a 1 minute time frame, it probably looks a little bit more like a triple top 1, 2, and 3 right here, because we fail every time we come into it, right? Beautiful short opportunity back down to $11. If $11 cracks, this is going to hit down to 10, most likely. Volume starting to die off on a lot of these plays. BNSO dying off a little bit here, team. Look at the volume over the past, say, 20-ish minutes, 15, 20 minutes. Get back to a 3-minute time frame now that we've watched this for a little while. TGL, same thing. Volume over the last, say, 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes overall. We get these little lulls, but pop back up. We've got to get another pop back up soon. If this cracks 11, going to die back off and maybe have that last round late in the day. Again, holding up quite well. Vegeta, I'm sure you're glad you locked up when you did there, baby boy. I had a feeling that was going to be pretty close to low of day, or not say low of day, but low from this pullback at that 205, 210 mark. Whew. Good little day, team. Any questions you have, let me know right now. Any questions, comments, concerns, hit me up. Have us a little freebie session, which I'll do another freebie. Don't forget the next giveaway. I'll do a 3-pack again later this month, but one of the questions will be the name of my new puppy. This is the last time I'll bring this up because I don't want to keep quizzing you because you're going to remember. I need you to forget, so it'll be at least 2 weeks from now. If you want to guess the name or remember the name, you can, but this is the last time I'm bringing it up. The new puppy we're getting, the new Great Dane puppy, what's her name? That's going to be the very first question. Vegeta, please don't. Just take your profit and go home. I'm kidding with you, boss, with DMS. If you want to, I would say your prime area would, again, be around that 265 to 275 mark that I was calling out for earlier. That was ended up being the crack zone. Just be careful with that area for sure. Biomed Marmaduke. It is going to be a Marmaduke, but I don't know if we'll ever name one. Maybe Skadook. Maybe Skadook for Scooby-Doo and Marmaduke. I don't know if I can be that generic. You know, we always name our, all our animals, even our vehicles, after characters in movies or TV shows or whatever it may be. I'm even back to, we have Falcor, Thanos, and Beeman. Beeman, if y'all do know, if y'all remember. Okay, real quickly, here's a quick question. Why did we name Beeman other than, of course, BMW? But what character is Beeman from? Does anyone know? If J-Trades was around, I bet J-Trades knows this movie because I love this movie. Yeah, if I had 5. Bro, there we go. That's right. Steamin' Willie Beeman. That's right. I had to do it. I was like, man, I had to do it. Steamin' Willie Beeman. That was it. Yes, Any Given Sunday, Ro. Good job, boss. Yeah, that's a good movie. I mean, you kidding me? Jamie Foxx in his early days. All the real athletes they use in the movie. Of course, LL Cool J's in it. Cameron Diaz, back when she was just really starting to kill it. Of course, you got Al Pacino. I mean, you got to go Al Pac. I mean, you got that dude leading them all. Are you kidding me? That's just a group of characters right there for sure. I did cover most of my trades when it dropped, so I did not get insane gains. But it's all right, though, Vegeta, though. That's still pretty sweet, though. Pretty good. Again, I'm sure most of us are going like, what? Name of the new puppy, Bangarang. And then Renard comes in. Poor thing going to be traumatized every day and be yelling his name real loud. Bangarang would, if I didn't go live and yell that, Bangarang would be kind of a cool name. And I'd do like Bang Bang. Bang bang! Now, oh man, what I want it to be a little chihuahua, like a little bitty small little like a little bitty baby guy. The Great Dane's name, I guess only a couple of you remember. I know Jimbo Trades was one of them, and I'll give you guys a hint right here. And I'll give you kind of a funny hint because it's her eating. Of course, eating's got to be involved in me daily. Did you name your? Do you name your vacation because of the Russian battle? No. Hey, I did not like Andrei Kirilenko. And it's not going to be 11. I'm actually going to name her L. So her name's going to be L. So instead of E-L-L-E, it's going to be E-L that she goes by, or E-L. So L. Yes, E-L. Because I don't want... They're all derivatives of the reason why it's L. Is we're coming back from derivatives. Our first Great Dane I say first. Our first dog together, Bella, that passed last year. So Beerus, we always called her Beerus. We called her Bella, Elle. I mean, she hadn't, not Ella ever, but L is close to Bella and kind of a derivative from Bella. And so I was going to go with L, but I didn't like E-L-L-E. And I was like, oh, but I saw the clip of whenever she says I forgot what it was, but I saw a clip one day. I was like, that's it. It's going to be L, E-L. But no, Russia, I get that a lot, Adrian, for music. It's so weird at first, and I don't know why I included my wife at all in AK, and then the AK47 came along, and then I know GoldenEye, and I even know it wasn't my favorite gun on GoldenEye. I have no idea. Maybe I want to have fast alerts like an AK, but even though an AK-47 would, I thought of a cooler fun. Maybe that's just, I have no idea why AK-47, I came up with it, and it stuck. I thought about changing it, because I just wasn't impressed with it. A year or two in, I talked to Deck. I'm like, no, they're starting to get you. They know AK-47 now. Then they're all going to have to get to know, kind of like how Living Like Matt. Living Like Matt honestly did it, and did it about the right time, right when he was getting big. Because remember, everyone knew him as our Arnold trader. I thought Matt was a 40-year-old dude. I thought Matt had kids, family, living. I thought he was his dad, essentially. Nope, he's like not even 20. And so Living Like Matt is way more so for Matt than Arnold Trader. It's definitely Living Like Matt. AK-47 just fit in the end, too. But to my wife initial, her name's Avery Kristen. So I have no idea, just adding all these things together, and that ended up being it. So I have no idea why, really, though, still. Like, there's no, like, one thing. In honor of you still in my quarterback, you should name it Wilson. I could not do that because here's the thing, funny, forever ago, there's a guy that used to play for the Arkansas Razorbacks that his name was, what was his first name? Oh my gosh, something Wilson. His last name was Wilson, though. Played for the Razorbacks in the 90s. There's a funny joke that we have to deal with the Wilson. So when someone, usually it's a guy, obviously always guys, but when guys, do a Wilson, usually we leave the room. And so I could not ever name, and then just couldn't name her Wilson, especially a girl. But it's going to be Elle. Elle's so cute. Are you kidding me, Elle? And she's going to be just like 11. Just eat food left and right. Let's see, oh, there he is! Swing! You're in chat. We talked about you recently, of course, with Sky Champ. Of course, no, every time I say that, he just loves hearing it. Swing! 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 Swing, 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 swing. There you go, I got him out. Hadn't said those in a while. Yes, my girl 11, I love her. She's so cute, too. There we go, Renard. Yes, exactly. All the guy dogs are going to, Biomed, everyone, exactly. All the guy dogs are going to be coming around going, saying that when Elle walks by, and I'm like, you better leave Elle alone. You got Groot behind you. You better watch out for Groot. Awesome, Darth. There you go, Darth. Yeah, that's who I'm naming my next girl after, is Elle 11. Nice to see you though, Schwing. Schwinging your way into chat. Yeah, Paul, I'm surprised it hadn't touched it yet. We're so close. Here we go. Finally get there. I mean, I was alerting this earlier to you guys. Right when I first started lunch commentary, I was alerting this, went back to it as we went to New High of Day and said it's definitely a magnet now to that $25 mark. Usually when you have these plays like this team, then we finally get over 24 and can hold 24, which you can tell we just never did that any of these other days, so we just could never clip that 25 mark. We just got to 24, we couldn't hold it. We're actually holding 24 on this push right here. Gorgeous. This is what we want to see. And this is what we get. It's like the reward. We get a reward. TGL right here, team. I'd say top stock to watch as we wind on down. Last questions, comments, concerns. I'm going to have to get a little... I know Deck's done for the day. He texted me and wanted me to go as long as I can. I do have that freebie session, though. Again, back to that. So just remember now, any of you that just heard that, I will, just like I did with Queenie, and she's so big, but she's getting bigger now. But when I lifted up Queenie and said, what's this dog's name? I'm going to lift up. You won't know what she looks like, but you're going to know that she's a puppy Great Dane. Well, at least a puppy, I would imagine. But you're going to have to come out and know that is Elle. There is my website, though, Prime Trading Investments. Come on over. I'll give some more freebies away, too, as well, like I talked about, team. right at the end of the month when I do get ill, but also because I always do those live trading sessions with you guys over my website. So I like giving a few of those away in case you guys not only want to come over, of course, you do get some freebies, but of course, if you do want to pay, it's like $9.99 an hour. It's very, very cheap stuff. Options will be a learning curve for me. I am set up on Lightspeed, and they have no good tutorials. Oh, Schwing, yeah, that's why I would never, I say would never, but that's why I was like, yeah, because I had the option. I was like, man, back to that word. I was like, there's no way. I'm going to have to do options on Thinkorswim. A lot of people do. There's a lot of tutorials. It's so much easier. The setup is. So, yeah, I feel you. It's going to be a little bit of a learning curve and a little harder. Swing. Now that's just stuck in my head. Swing, 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 swing. All my boys and girls at the seminar. Any last questions, comments, concerns, team? Anything you have for me, let me know right now. Otherwise, I'm about to call it a day for myself. I will be around. We have BNSO halted down. Most of these plays, just like Vegeta learned himself, he knew, like we all knew, this was probably going to come down. And boy, even though it was risky biscuits at one point in time, we were right. So anything that does pop up is coming back down pretty dramatically today. Now, Cassie hasn't fully dumped off yet from this 360-ish area, but that could not, that could end up not lasting is my point. We could end up dumping over the next, say, hour and a half. We need to get moving soon back up to this VWAP or 4, or probably that will happen. But as you can tell, the only stock really to look at would be TGL. Oh, top team would be another one as well. That just hit new high of day. Forgot about that one from earlier. Kind of popped up with very light momentum. You can tell now. Let's go back to top. Right now has the best volume we have had all day overall. I should say the biggest candle. So you can see right here, finally with a big candle here with a $2 spike in this 3-minute time frame from the 1770s area up to close to 20. I think 20 on the dot it probably touched. So nice little pop there. 2009 is what it hit. So beautiful pop. So I'd watch top for a pop, pop a top, and TGL. Your 2 T plays would be your top 2 stocks to watch. Anything else, team? Anything else? Lost boys, lost girls. Saki McDoogie coming over. Swing, Skychamp, Biomed, Darth, Renard, Paula, Miss Paula, Renard for coming over. That's right, L. Oh, I'm so ready to get my pretty girl L. Biomed. Each and every one of you guys for coming over. Vegeta, Ro. Okay, you know what? I have to do this too because I feel like I would be kind of rude if I did this. So the guys that did, honestly, for the first time, hear the name because I feel like I would be cheating you guys. I did this every day since, so I will do this real quickly before I head off. So let's do this real quickly. Last questions or comments, concerns you have, hit me up right now. There's my Instagram, my YouTube right there. All you coming over, Willie, Beeman, Steeman, Rowe, thank you for coming over as well. Clay, everyone else, Miss Boss, Geek Bomb, Mego, Super Buddy. And there, that's why I said top. You got to be super careful with this crazy play. You are doing yourself a disservice if you have not. Oh, okay, I thought you were talking about I'm doing myself a disservice. I appreciate it, boss. No, honestly, Skychamp, truly 100%. But real quickly, team, I want to show this off. So now you know what she looks like. I can't be like, well, I don't know what she's going to... Boom. So she will be definitely bigger than this. This is only a 4 or 5 week old picture of a Great Dane puppy. But this is her at 4 or 5 weeks old. So you'll know somewhat what she looks like. She'll probably... Well, I'll probably get a new color for her. But she'll have some pretty bluish colored eyes. And she's this silver blue... It's a blue Great Dane. So blue Great Dane with blue eyes. That's what you'll be looking for. So when I pick up this gorgeous little puppy out of nowhere... EL. And I'm only that or L. I'm taking either EL or L. If you come up with ELLE, I'm throwing that out. That does not count. I'm just kidding. All right, Biomed, yes. Appreciate it, team. You guys are... Oh, look at Super Buddy. Appreciate the love as well. All right, team. Have a good rest of your day. Lost boys, lost girls. Have a good one. See you all back here tomorrow. Don't forget, I'm doing it tomorrow. That's right. We're going with that all-day commentary. I'll probably get my lobby pulled up. I know it's been a little bit slower, but I still will try to find something honed down. I'm not going to worry about options tomorrow. Not worried about options. You want options, go to Dex Lobby. Tomorrow, just going to find a trade. Remember on yesterday, had to fill in for real quickly for Deck at the opening bell. Or right before that, AERC killed that short. A couple of Fridays ago, SIGA killed that short. So I'm going to be looking for something like that at the opening bell for us to trade Veru. Remember that one was another recent one of recently too. I think we wanted Veru. I don't know how much we got out of Veru. I think it was another one that ended up not being that great. looking for that tomorrow, team, 100%. So I will get my lobby up, rocking and rolling in the morning for some morning alerts. Of course, just go live for 30, 40, well, longer than that, because I'll go live probably 15 minutes or so before the opening bell, 9:15 a.m. Eastern time. Go live for about an hour overall. So about 9:15, I'll start my morning commentary, 15 minutes before the opening bell. It'll probably be done an hour after the opening bell at around 10:15 a.m. So I give myself a good 20, 30-minute break before deck goes, why deck finishes off morning commentary. Team, have a good rest of your day. I appreciate each and every one of you for coming on over here. Lost boys, lost girls, until tomorrow morning, have a good one, team. I'll see you all back here in the morning. They already know when I start saying that stuff. They're like, they're getting ready. Let's get it in 3, 2, 1. Bangarang! See you in the morning, team. Dollar, dollar jean, dollar, dollar jean, dollar, dollar, dollar jean.
I should be scared, honey, maybe so, but I ain't worried about it right now. Keeping dreams alive, 1999 heroes. I ain't worried about it right now. Swimming in the floods, dancing on the clouds below. I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it. I don't know what you've been told, but time is running out, so spend it like it's gold. I'm living like I'm 90 got no regrets even when I'm broke. Yeah, I'm at my best when I got something I wanted to steal. Way too busy for them problems and problems to feel. Yeah, yeah, no stressing, just obsessing with sealing the deal. I take it in and let it go, but I ain't worried about it right now. Keeping dreams alive, 1999 heroes. I ain't worried about it right now. Swimming in the floods, dancing on the clouds below. I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it right now. Keeping dreams alive, 1999 heroes. I ain't worried about it right now. Swimming in the floods, dancing on the clouds below. I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it.
Cool?
Yeah, you good?
Yeah.
Under the bad, bad moon tonight. Oh, baby, is it just me? Or is it something in the air we breathe? 'Cause I'm feeling dizzy, dizzy, yeah. How was the party? Was it treating you right? Or was it